And then next.
Hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Strawberry Eggs? Mega Magikarp, Cat Cam fan. How are you, Cat Cam fan? Yeah, we actually spent a lot of yesterday's podcast talking about the League of Legends TCG. Gonna be no sound? Oh no, wait, am I muted? Did I not mute myself? Oh no, wait. Hello. You can't hear me? Wait, you got to be able to hear me. I hear me. Yeah, I might have been muted for a second, but how's everyone doing? Labrador Elf, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank ya. What's up? Hopefully everyone is having an amazing day. I got to see this clip real quick. Apparently they said something about the BNR recently on the WotC stream that I missed. Let's see what this says about the BNR. Thank you for putting it in chat, by the way. McIntyre, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Wait, is my mic? Are you not hearing me now? Oh no, that can't be. Hopefully. I don't think there's mic issues. It looks good on my end. Let's see what this says. All right.
And then next week is
Hello, Blake.
MTG's last show of 2020.
Last show of the year.
And it's a doozy, BNR stream. So we are going to talk about the BNR announcement. That's happening Monday next week.
Oh.
We will, as usual, come on Weekly MTG the following day to discuss.
Oh. All right.
And it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to end the year with a bang.
Interesting. What do we make of that? What do we make? It's going to be a doozy. Does that mean they're going to ban things? That seems possible. On the other hand, maybe a doozy means they're going to do like, you know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction right now. I don't know if Wizards wants to ban the One Ring. I think that they are going to restrict the One Ring. I'm going to put it out there with my name on it. That's my prediction. I think we're going to get a ban list update. They're going to ban energy. Maybe they unban something. I don't know. There's tons of changes they could make. But I think they're going to take and restrict the One Ring to one card per copy. That's their way to not ban it and keep the Tolkien estate happy, but also power it down. I hope they don't do that because I'm just sick of the One Ring. But I think it's actually, I think that could be what they do. I think there's a realistic chance of that happening. And the more I think about it, the more I think it'll be some kind of like one-time exception, right? It's got to be, we're not going to restrict things, but for the One Ring in specific, because it's such a flavor win, blah, 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 blah. People would still play Floor with Karn. Yeah, that's true. They'd be able to tutor it up. Although, honestly, how much fairer does the One Ring get if you can only play one copy? I think the answer is a lot, right? Because a big part, like, the One Ring's busted, but a big part of what makes it busted is your first ring finds another ring to get rid of the first ring, or finds another ring, which gets rid of the second ring to find the third ring. Like, they all chain together like that. If you could only play one, maybe actually die to it sometimes. Like, yeah, you can Karn it out, but you can't just legend rule it away easily. The damage is actually going to eventually stack up. It's probably still busted, and I think I'd still rather just have it gone, but I think that's realistic. The other big news of the day is we got a change. We got a change in Magic to a plane of all things. Kaladesh. Rest in peace. Kaladesh is no more, kind of. Kaladesh still exists as a Magic set. It still exists on Magic cards like Chandra, Flame of Kaladesh, or whatever, but the plane of Kaladesh is gone. The plane of Kaladesh is now Avishkar, partly because of in-universe reasons, where apparently we're going back to Kaladesh, or Avishkar is part of Aetherdrift, and there was like some sort of revolution on the plane since we've last been there, and it's been renamed according to the lore. Also, apparently, since Kaladesh was printed, I guess Kala has become a slur of some kind in certain dialects of certain languages, so I want to get rid of that. Apparently, is the real world reason. So apparently, it's story reason plus real world reason. But yes, no more Kaladesh. Avishkar is the new name of the plane. Any old board of Fetchland style show up for free in my? I had old board of Fetchland style show up for free in my. Really? No. You got Old Border fetch lands for free on Arena? Oh, I don't even have those. So what are we... Who votes for that in universe? Yeah, I mean, WotC gonna WotC. I hate the Kaladesh restriction. I don't think I paid for them. The link in the article, yeah, there is, if you go to the article, Wizards, read the entire article. Wizards goes in depth on it, more than we can do on the stream. But if you're curious about the Kaladesh thing, that's where you find it. So what are we playing today? Today is the first day of Pioneer Masters. We've been waiting for this set for like 2 years now, 2.5 years, a very, very long time. So today we're going to try out some decks that I really like that did not exist on Arena until literally today. Hey, MTG Goldfish. It was so cool to see you talk about Scholar of New Horizons on the podcast. Can't break me. I wish I remembered your Twitch username and I would have given you the shout out, but I couldn't remember it at the time. Felt so great to suggest a card and see it show up on the Secret Tech episode. Yeah, and I actually have started putting it in my deck, so I'm trying it. We'll see if it sticks. I'm actually pretty confident that I think it is, so... Since the video's up now, I wanted to say on Crim's stream, where he kept you from having any fun in early access event, looking forward to seeing your point of view. Crim! Yeah, that was the most Crimmy match. When he started discarding Wraths to his Jace Vryn's Prodigy, I knew I was in trouble. If Crim has so many Wraths that he's just willy-nilly looting them away, I knew there was no chance I was going to win that game. Do you think that Pioneer Masters will have a big impact on non-Pioneer formats? So I think that it'll have an impact to some extent on Historic. Timeless is where I'm not sure. I was actually thinking about that today, and I was going through the set. Maybe there's some combos. I think like Days Undoing is a timeless power level card that has synergies with Narsets and so forth. We don't have, I don't believe, another cheap wheel. So I think certain cards will have an impact on timeless, either as combo pieces or as like Days Undoing, like a synergy style piece. I don't think there's a ton like, is getting an ally of Zendikar suddenly going to be a timeless staple? Probably not, but I'd be looking for like, Days Undoing's a big one. Jace Vryn's Prodigy, I think, is a timeless power level card. Kozilek's Return in Eldrazi decks, kind of a huge addition. Some of the Planeswalkers, maybe in the right context, could be good. So I think those have a Temporal Trespass, I think, in the right deck, could be good in Timeless if you can fill your graveyard fast enough. So I think there's like a handful of cards in the set that legitimately could have an impact. Obviously, Brew Around is a whole different story. Like, we can play Boros Reckoner or whatever, like, and do cool things with it. But as far as actual, like, real competitive impact, I think there's like 5 or 10 cards that I think will actually be pretty meaningful for Timeless, along with Pioneer. The set's pretty sweet. Let's do our reminders really quick. So, and then we'll talk about the decks that we got today. I've seen other content creators play Pioneer Masters sometime earlier. For example, Legend VD. Why do you only play it now? So they did like an early access thing last Thursday. I did do it a little bit in there is a video coming up from it, but that's mostly that I did not do a ton of early accessing for Pioneers Masters this time. So I imagine other people just went super hard at making videos from early access day. Are Mono Moon Black Devotion viable in Pioneer? Those are my favorite past standard decks. Sort of. Like, I always have success when I play them. They don't normally put up tournament results, but every time I play them, I do well with them, so I feel like they're actually pretty good, hopefully. Anyway, let's do reminders real quick. Replay YouTube, as we invite all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Yesterday, we did some budget magicking, building a boggle in Standard. Check that out if you're interested. Tomorrow, we have a super fun Against Odds. Super excited for tomorrow's Against Odds. So lots of cool stuff coming up on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor today, hey, what's up, Anton? How are you? Is Card Kingdom. If you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, check out mtggoldfishmerch.com, and let's talk about our decks. So here's the decks that we have for today. So we're going to start with our luck test. Unexpected results. New to Arena for the first time. I just love the moments this card creates, and the deck actually got a lot better this year thanks to Make Your Own Luck. One of the problems with unexpected results, if you don't know unexpected results, you just shuffle it up, 4 mana, shuffle up your library, reveal the top card, and you get to put it into play. You get to put it into play. So hopefully that's going to be something ridiculous, like an Emrakul or an Ulamog or an Ugin, but it could be a Glimpsicore or a Llanowar Elves or an Elvish Mystic. You never know. But we also got Make Your Own Luck, which is essentially another version of unexpected results. A little bit more expensive, but you get to see 3 cards instead of 1 card. The only downside is we got to plot our finisher, so we got to wait 1 more turn. But still, another way we can just slam something huge into play. So we're going to try unexpected results. Suddenly Emrakul indeed. Did Crim convince you to use anime art? So I got the anime arts because I thought the doubling season looked cool. They got me good. They always do this. I never remember this when I'm getting a card style, but I was like, oh, this doubling season looks pretty cool. So I bought the package. I bought the package to get the doubling season. Oh no. Apparently I can't even show it to you. But anyway, I had to craft new doubling seasons to use the card style anyway, so I just got absolutely wrecked. So deck number 1, unexpected results. Deck number 2. Speaking of sweet Pioneer decks, we got some 8-Flayer action. So, Soulflayer, new to Arena, Urborg Scavengers, kind of the mini Soulflayer, fill the graveyard with Zetalpas and Craigplate Balos and Chromatic Orbs, hopefully build a huge monster out of nowhere. So those are the first 2 decks. After that, I did put together Niv Delight and Hidden Stirrings. These are probably the 2 toppest tier decks that entered Arena thanks to Pioneer Masters. Hidden Stirrings, I don't know what happens if we try to play Hidden Stirrings. There will probably be some punts, probably be some puntings. It's kind of like Storm and Pioneer almost, as close as you can get to Storm and Pioneer. Niv Delight, just 5-color value pile essentially. We have a new donation from Lucid, $3 donation. I brewed up a Wild Domain Free Infect Canadian Highlander deck. I'd love if you checked it out. Ooh, I'd love to see it. I've never played Canadian Highlander, but it sounds sweet. You're playing Stirrings tonight? Stirrings, honestly, I want all the cards. I want all the cards on Arena. I think that's necessary, right? I would like every Pioneer card, every Modern card on Arena if I could. But if they didn't put Hidden Stirrings, on Arena, I wouldn't have complained. My God, do I hate playing against that deck. It is, I think it's the most annoying matchup, most annoying deck in Pioneer, I'm pretty sure. Why is it still called Explorer? That is a very good question, and I do not have a good answer to that question. I assumed, yeah, thank you, Lucid. I assumed that they were going to change the name, right? Because the set is Pioneer Masters. The set's Pioneer Masters. Why is the format still Explorer? I figured that it was going to change over with the release of this set, right? They'd be like, okay, Pioneer Masters is here. It's Pioneer now. But apparently not. Canlander Infect. Ooh. I gotta play Canlander sometime. The idea of Canlander sounds super sweet. I think I would enjoy it. It seems fun. The deck looks sweet. Get all infect stuff, good protection, embiggen. Yeah, that looks sweet, Lucid. I like it. Oh, what do you think? This was the other question, and I don't know how much more there is to say about unexpected results. You spin it to win it, basically. You ramp, you spin it to win it, you hope for the best. That's the deck. That's what we're starting off with. I was going to ask you, do you have any interest? They have 1v1 Commander Leagues now on Magic Online. I'm actually, the hype train's running. Thank you so much for the bits. Definitely appreciate it. What do you think of a 1v1 Commander League stream? I kind of want to try it. Not today because it's Pioneer Masters release day, but maybe next week or something. Maybe we try. Is that something you're interested in? I want to ask all of you because if no one cares, then I just won't do it. But it seemed interesting enough. Oh yeah, this is a competitive format. It is you play a league just like we would Modern or whatever. So it is definitely not casual. It is very much a competitive 1v1 format. You can play casual Commander on Moto, but this is spiky 1v1, try to win Legacy style Commander, or Vintage style Commander. Hot is taken, I don't know if you agree, Seth, but regarding Modern, I feel like Modern will not improve unless Modern Horizons is cut out. It's slowly been killing the format, and what was initially a good breath of life into the format is actually more like poison. I think I mostly agree. Definitely agree that Modern Horizons, I was a defender of Modern Horizons, especially after Modern Horizons 1, and even after Modern Horizons 2 to some extent. I was a defender. I was someone who said, yes, there's downsides, and I hope they reel back the power level of the top end stuff, but getting all the soul herders of the world and these cool, like, build around cards that were not busted, I like those so much that being able to play Soulflayer and cool stuff like that, I was willing to deal with the Hogax when they came up. That has changed. At this point, I think Modern Horizons was just straight up a mistake. I think it's straight up a mistake. The only part I kind of disagree with is the first part, which is, I hope you're wrong about the first part, because if the only way Modern's going to get saved is by, well, okay, ramp into unexpected results. Sounds about right. If the only way that Modern is going to be saved is by Modern Horizons going away, I don't think Modern's going to get saved, right? Like, I can't imagine Wizards actually doing that. Like, what, would you actually ban the entire set? It just seems so unlikely to me. Even though I think that would be a good solution, I just think it's probably not the most realistic solution from Wizards' perspective. So as sad as it is, I don't know if Modern can get better at this point. I think that Modern might be what it is. And it's something where if you, oh boy, okay, here we go. The results are going to be unexpected. Luck test number 1. So unexpected results. Shuffle your library, so no cheating. Reveal the top card. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's a land, you put it on the battlefield to get it back to your hand. Here we go. Unexpected results. Okay, that actually is fine. Into Make Your Own Luck. Into Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. And, okay, yeah, your go, opponent. Opponent, how do you feel about an Ulamog? Don't worry, it's plotted. It's fine. An opponent scoops it up. Oh, unexpected results if it didn't shuffle would be so busted. Hey, Seth, I got $80 from birthday cards today. I love being a postman. Oh, wait. Do people just give you... If you're a postman, do people just give you money on your birthday? That's... How would they know it's your birthday even? That's super cool. I will take it. Also, happy birthday. Val, welcome to the fishbowl. Oh wait, was it a joke about robbing birthday cards? Was that the joke? I see. I'm too innocent. I'm too innocent for that. Right over my head. I see. Oh, good one. Thoughts on the Pioneer Master set symbol? The condom? I don't know why they went with a condom, but it looks pretty good for a condom. Nailed it, I guess. Literally. What are we very good? Opponent, we saw 3 swamps, basically. Do we change anything? Maybe we don't even... You know what? Let's just run it back. I couldn't imagine working at Wizards and being the art director and sending that. We need a new set symbol. Artist, draw a condom, please. Make it orange, please. It's gonna be great. I think the goal was to make it like a telescope. Although even the telescope, I'm not even sure. Like, what does a telescope have to do? What does a telescope have to do with Pioneer Masters? Marsh Flats, Arid Maze, Vern Catago, Missing Rainforest, Scarling Town all show up in retro in my collection today. Normal extended frame I got are missing. Retro style repeats itself 3 or 4 times. Oh, that does sound kind of arena buggy. I don't know if we should keep a hand without. Should we keep a hand that? Oh, it's a waste knot deck. Oh god. I don't know if we should keep a hand without one of our payoffs. Although against discard, I think it was actually probably correct because they're just gonna strip our hand anyway. Opponent. Bandits talent. Well, I don't think we're actually going to get to cast this Ulamog, so opponent swamp and passes. Well, let's turn Timber Symbiosis. Pass the turn. I don't know how this is gonna go. Hey, Seth Kang around. Good luck for your backs. Hey, good to see you, Rooker. Hope all is well with you in Rookerville. Opponent gets in, hits us. Thanks for stopping by. So, what do you think? Should they change? Should they change the name? Okay. Maybe. Perhaps. Llanowar Elves. And, all right, we got to make our own luck. Oh, no. All right, we'll take the growth spiral, I guess. Oh, no. I mean, that is the issue, right, with unexpected results. The results are unexpected, and sometimes that means, oh, yeah, the chat's out of place, isn't it? Chat should be over here. There we go. Well, opponent hits us to 10. And Regular Bank Buster. Well, okay, we dropped to 8. Make your own luck. Not going to be fast enough. It is nice that this gets around. It does get around a Shieldred. Well, we need to... Okay, so if we grow Spiral into land, we can turn Timber Symbiosis. Oh, there's the Emrakul that we could have... Yeah, now I think we're dead, right? Make your own luck. Well, okay. Ulamog, but not until next turn. Play the Elvish. Can the Elvish Mystic keep us alive somehow? I don't believe so. Actually, okay, down to 4. Llanowar Elves. I don't think this is enough. I don't think, because of the Shieldred. Maybe? Go blank. Oh, that does it, right? Because of the Bandit's talent. No. Did you start streaming early, or was this the quickest you got into gameplay? Did not start streaming early, so I guess we just got into gameplay quick. I think there's so many decks that I want to try. With these new Pioneer cards that we got ready. I wanted to see the unexpected results. I guess we still probably don't change anything, do we? Like, none of this is good against discard. I love to see Fog on Arena. Avishkar. I feel like Avishkar, Kaladesh, Avishkar, they're roughly similar, I think, in terms of like how they sound to me. So I think it's I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't really understand the magic. Like the in-world, I understand the real world reason why they're doing it. The in-world, we'll have to see more about the set. Because I don't know, like, does a revolution mean that you change the name of the plane? Does that? I guess that happens in the real world, right? Sometimes, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some turbo fogging at some point. I guess that's true. America name changed. It'll be interesting to see the in-world, the in-universe aspect of it. Oh, I don't know. Can we keep this? Mana Dork, make your own luck. But we're up against... Yeah, we got to ship this. All right, unexpected results. Don't make us discard, opponent. Ugin to the bottom, I guess. I was thinking about this for some time now. Do you all treat Christmas like just another opportunity to get new cards packs, or do you rather opt for non-MTG gifts? So I usually do not get Magic gifts. For the most part. Mostly because the people I get gifts from are usually like family members, and none of my family members play Magic, so I wouldn't even know where to start with trying to get Magic packs for a gift, even though Magic packs are a great gift. I love opening packs, so I would not complain if I got Magic cards for Christmas, but have you seen the Bloomberg tins at Walmart? Could be a cool video for the opening channel. I was actually thinking about that. I was wondering if that was gonna be worth it. Oh, all right, opponent. Liliana takes it up. Well, unexpected results. Unexpected results. Be good. Okay, that could be good. Turn Timber Simba. Got him. Got him. Got him. Can you beat the anime Llanowar elves with 3 counters on it, Liliana? Nope, apparently yes. Opponent. Oh, man. We hit with the hard one where our unexpected results actually hit, but then we whiffed on the one that went 7 cards deep. I don't know what the odds are. Land. Okay, we hit the land. We hit the land. Make your own luck. Do not fail us again. Oh, God. Okay. Make your own luck. The problem is we're going to get hit by this Lily Ultimate. We need to hit the, okay. We need to plot something that we can play after the Liliana Ultimate. I think that's where we're at. Opponent discards a Shieldred. Because we are about to lose half of our lands. There goes our, what a wild game, opponent. Duresses us, passes, we draw a land. Well, okay. Make your own luck again. Oh boy. All right, it's gonna come down to this. Unexpected results. Sure. Play the land past the turn. I imagine our opponent is going to ultimate the Lily and put us down half our lands. I mean, the problem is, I think they have to, though, because we have the Hall of the Storm Giants, right? I don't want to hover on it because they'll see it. The problem is for our opponent, is we have the Hall of the Storm Giants. Although, especially with the Growth Spiral in hand, it's not actually that good. All right, sure. Go ahead, opponent. Go ahead. Seth, you see MSRP isn't changing per pack for play boosters. Number of packs and price proportionally decreasing. That is the best outcome. I guess well, you know what? We'll keep the Hall of the Storm Giants. Even though we might have to take a little damage. Yes, we'll sack pile 1. And Growth Spiral. Put a land back into play. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know, do you like that change? I actually, another Growth Spiral. We're gonna completely rebuild from this Liliana with Growth Spiral. Somehow our opponent ultimated Liliana and we still have more lands than they do. Oh, Ugin, okay. Okay, yeah. Opponent, land on black. Well, oh, another Ugin. You'd be much better on the top of our deck. Unexpected results, come on! Okay, so, yes. You go into play, tapped. Well, let's try it again. Unexpected results. One of these times we got a hit, right? Oh, Glimpse of Core is the worst. Wow, we have rebuilt pretty well from that Lily Ultimate, though. It's like the Lily Ultimate never happened. We actually, I think, we were at 6 lands before, we're at 7 now. So it's like it never happened. We just undid the whole Ultimate. I think this means we can Ugin, right? Wow, this is not what we're supposed to do. We have low rolled with the luck test this game, but we just hardcast an Ugin, so it's fine. Hey Seth, how do you feel about day-night lands? Like pathways, but they'd always be flipping around. You could have 20 different land cycles. I think gameplay-wise, they would be fine. No, let me state that differently. Power level wise, I think they would be fine, and they would actually be kind of cool. And if they're on Magic Arena, I would actually kind of enjoy them. However, I can't believe we got Lily Ultimate and we're still winning with Hall of the Storm Giants here. However, I think they would be so annoying. Oh, I missed it, Doug. I'll get it. I'm sorry. I think it would be so annoying to play with that they shouldn't do it. I think people would just be very, very annoyed to have to play. Come on, not again, Turn Timber. Give us something. All right, well, Emrakul it is. We don't get the ETB or the cast trigger. Dan Wildfire for the 73rd month. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. And Varian, I think I missed you as well. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Hey, Seth. That went pretty well. Our luck was good. I realized Furkrag triggers when our own creatures are forced to attack. So I rebuilt a budget list around him. Really? Wait. I actually have a Furkrag deck, and I've never run into this. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, if that creature had to attack. Interesting. Oh, that's super cool. I actually have a Furkrag deck in paper, Maybe I try to turn it into make my own creatures. What do you have? How do you make your own creatures attack though? What are the best ways to force? Oh, Grand Melee. Okay. So Grand Melee, just all your creatures attack, draw a card, grow your fur crag. That's actually kind of insane. That's a super cool idea. That's super cool, Doug. I like it. Day and night lands, but they don't flip. Just produce appropriate mana type. I mean, what is City River of Tears? River of Tears, I think is the closest. We have to that. So River of Tears taps for a blue, but if you played a land this turn, it taps for a black. So essentially, it kind of flips back and forth. I guess it doesn't flip as consistently because you're not always going to hit your land drop, but something like that could work. If there's a way they can do day-night, I just don't want to have to track it all the time. And I think, especially in Commander, I don't think people want to like have to take their cards out of the sleeve, flip it around, do it again. The like flip back and forth is just it's kind of obnoxious. River of Tears is a really cool design. I'm kind of surprised they haven't finished it yet, although I imagine they're going to finish it at some point. I'm using Christmas as an excuse. Get an Old Border Foil Croson Verge. Take a guess at how much it costs. Old Foil Croson Verge. $10. No, it's got it. $10? It's probably more than that. 20. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna guess 20. And I'm feeling like I would not be surprised if you came in and said $100 or something absurd. Like, I feel like it's got to be like $20, but if you came in and said 100, wow, $70. Oh, I have a card I gotta ask you. Hang on. Well, okay, I'll get it after this game. So I got a question. So I ended up with a very weird card. It's a Gisela. It's a Gisela the Broken Blade. Gisela the Broken Blade, which is a pretty expensive card, right? Like a $30 card. My question is, the version I got is a pre-release promo. So it's got the date on it, but it's not just a pre-release promo. It's a Russian pre-release promo. And I'm not really sure what to do with it. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you sell it? Buy lists don't take them. I get the feeling that it might actually be worth more than the normal version because it's got to be even rarer. And, like, some people just like the Russian foil stomping ground thing. Oh, sorry, opponent. We're keeping. We're making our own luck. Sorry about it. Give it to me. Do you think it's worth more? That was basically my question. Do you think it's worth more than a normal version? Elvish Mystic, well, we can Girl Spiral through that. Oh, let me see, Gamerman. So the better way for day-night to work would have been this. When a creature enters, it becomes day. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you paid 2 or... at the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2. If you do, day becomes night, or night becomes day, depending on the side. When this creature leaves, it becomes day. Yeah, that could work. Although, honestly, like... I think the original version was fine. Like, the original werewolves, I like the original werewolves. The main issue with day-night is just the infinite tracking. Like, I don't like that it starts this clock that's going to run for the rest of the game, whether or not that clock actually is necessary. All right. Well, are we going to be fast enough? Opponent, probably Mono Green Devotion. We'll see how this goes. If we somehow get a Ugin down, which Ugin's in hand, which is awkward, opponent going to suspend. Set up for next. Plays the Nykthos. Okay. Frightening. Gets in at the Invasion Ixalan. Well, let's Girl Spiral. And put the land into play. Make your own. Well, okay. Make your own luck. The only problem is this is suspend 1, right? Even if we hit... Oh, what do we take, chat? Chat, what's your pick? Emrakul or Ulamog? Please don't say Elvish Mystic. We're not picking Elvish. Terry, how are you this afternoon? I actually don't know what's better here. So Ulamog guarantees gets rid of the Nykthos and something else. Emrakul, though, who knows? I think, honestly, I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. But I think, honestly, I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. But I think, honestly, I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog is the right choice. I'm going to say I think Ulamog But I think I'm gonna pick Emrakul because it's fun. The problem I see with Emrakul here is we're up against Mono Green Devotion. I don't think they're gonna have removal. Like, I don't know. We're just gonna like play their deck and make a bunch of mana and like draw a bunch of cards. So I'm gonna take Emrakul, even though I think it's probably incorrect from a competitive perspective. I think it is most likely incorrect from a competitive perspective, but Emrakul's just so cool. How do we not take a free Emrakul? Let's see if we even live to cast it. In our dream world, we draw a land, we get free Emrakul and Ugin to sweep the board, and then, oh boy, Old Growth Troll. Thankfully, off the Nykthos man at least. Don't have another Nykthos, please. Okay, we survive. Leyline of the Guild Pact. And what a draw. Okay, so I think we're gonna see a concession here. Emrakul, the Promised End. Opponent, we would like your turn. And wait, do we even play yet? I feel like if we play, yeah, we gotta play it. It's dirty. We gotta play the dirty Ugin. 5. And I think we're in pretty good shape. What do you got over here, opponent? Well, we can legend rule you, and yeah, good enough. Woo! Lucid! Welcome to the Vish Bowl. Thank you so much. I feel dirty about winning with Ugin, but I guess Ugin is not even that good anymore in Pioneer, so maybe it's not dirty. Hey, what's up, Dads, man? How are you? If there's a Nightbound permanent on the battlefield, this enters transformed or Nightbound. Yeah, that could work. If there's a Nightbound permanent on the battlefield, this enters transformed and Nightbound. Yeah, I think in a lot of matchups, Emrakul is insane. Especially decks that have interaction removal and stuff. But Mono Green, like, they're not a deck like that. That's not what Mono Green does. How does this build of Mono Green win? Is there any world where we're bringing in Fog? Let's look. I'm actually not sure. What is the main win con in Mono Green Devotion at this point? So Cavaliers storm the festivals. They got to win by beating down, right? Because there's no Karn. So sooner or later they're gonna have to attack us. Are we fogging? I think we're fogging. I think this might be a fogging matchup. Oh, Tronlands in Foundation. I'm thankful they did not put Tronlands in Foundation. Oh, that would have been so brutal. All right, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. No one expects the fog. Reindeering! Who knew MTG Goldfish would be my most viewed channel this year? Hey, thank you, Reindeering. I appreciate it for the 6th month. Welcome back to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. The Fog Meta is on Arena now. You know what else is on Arena now in Standard? I just realized this yesterday. Etherize is in Standard. We're gonna have to build an Etherize deck. I don't know what to cut for this though. Actually, this might be. You know what? This is probably silly. We probably just want to do the busted thing. All right, we'll go on 2 ramp spells for 2 Fogs. Let's do it like that. We're gonna have to build an Etherize deck in Standard. Oh, thank you, Tuka, buddy. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all so much. Sideboarding's been working all right for... I don't think we can keep a 1 land. No, if we had blue mana... Yeah, we're going to mulligan it. All right, 2 lands is better. We don't have a payoff, but... We can ramp. Yeah, Emrakul's got to go. Got to go to the bottom. So what are y'all doing for the holidays? Oh no, my goodness. Oh boy. Okay, double lane line. So if our opponent has a Nykthos, this is going to get bad super duper quick. Invasion of Ixalan to dig for the Nykthos. Oh, come on. Okay, Old Growth Troll, not a Nykthos. So I'll play the land. Play the Land of War Elves. And pass the turn. Hey, Cease, come see your fans. You have your fans here, Cease. Say hi to everyone. Oh, whoa, you're attacking the mic, Cease. Don't attack the mic. That's not allowed. That's not allowed, Cease. Cease is getting kind of fat. I don't know if I should be concerned about the fatness of Cease. Look how fat you're getting, Cease. You used to be homeless. You used to be a homeless street cat, and now you're getting fat. Too fat to even catch mice now. I don't know what she weighs. Like, I'm not sure what she weighs. She just seems like she's gotten a lot bigger than she was when she first got here. Well, it doesn't really help us. All right, let's grow spy. At least they didn't hit the Nykthos. More Emergles. Glimpse the core. Grab a forest. Llanowar. Tron assembled. Cece does equal the couch cat, yeah. She's still... Oh, Bear is incredibly large. I mean, I'm not really concerned. I think she's okay. If anything... She doesn't, like, eat that much. So I think she's all right, hopefully. Bear is huge. Bear's like... Is Bear more... Oh, yes. Bear's more... Bear hasn't been to the vets in a while. Last he went to the vets, it was like 170. He's a big boy. It's so funny you see him next to like other dogs from his same litter, like his siblings, and he's just like a back taller than them and like long, like in every way. He's just kind of like me, I guess. Like just in a lot of ways, I'm just a very large person. Like I'm tall and I'm broad and I'm big. Bear's kind of the same way. He's just like in every way, he's just like bigger. Yeah, so you probably weigh roughly the same as Bear. Unfortunately, that leads to people getting very scared of him, even though they shouldn't. But, well, all right, we're just going to pass. We need to make our own luck, but we have not drawn our make our own luck. Yeah, we're an Eldrazi deck now. We're like 4 mana short, 3 mana short from casting any of them. Kiora. If our opponent ever finds a Nykthos, I'm very scared. Although I guess we should just be scared of dying to the beatdowns at this point. They're going to start drawing cards. How tall am I? I'm like 6'3.5", something like that. 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in that range. Is she an outdoor cat? I heard you should never care about the weight of cats that mainly live outside. Oh, she is the loudest cat. My God. That is the one thing that kind of drives me crazy about Cease is she is a very persistent meower. She's an indoor cat now. So the story of Cease, for those of you that haven't heard, I'm sure some of you remember this from when it was happening a couple years ago. But yes, my house started to smell like cat pee, and I was like, that's kind of weird. Turns out that Cease, Cece, every Llanowar elf, Cece, couch cat, had snuck in through the dog door and was living inside a couch for several days. Oh, we should have blocked with the lair. I just wasn't paying attention. I was talking about cats. But yes, we should have blocked. Invasion of Ixalan. Really, we need to hit a payoff. That's what it comes down to. We need to hit a payoff. We need to hit it soon. So yeah, I decided to keep her. She put so much work into getting in the house that I felt bad making her leave. So now I have a cat. Yeah, Nivdalight I think is going to be one of the most. The funniest thing is see her interacting with Bear. That is the funniest. Bear has been very good with her. So you have Massive Bear, you have Cease. I think if anything, Bear is probably more scared of Cease than Cease is of him. But she will pester Bear. Oh my God, Nykthos for 14. Okay, yeah, this might be game. I don't even know if we hit it now if we get out of it, even if we get lucky. Though 4 elves would cost nearly 1K in paper. Wait, is that Llanowar elf actually that expensive? No, really? Still? I remember it being really expensive. I remember it being really expensive when they released it, but I assumed it was just going to come down once they started to open, once the set started to be opened. Where is this printing? Wow, foil 7th edition. Foil 7th edition Llanowar is like $130. 7th edition, always expensive in foil. Where is Foundations? Wow. Okay, Foundations Jumpstart. 130 showcase Japanese 530. My god. I don't really understand. I don't understand the anime obsession. Are there that many people? Like, is anime that big? Is it just a case where everyone watches anime? So, okay, how can this possibly work? Opponent, everything. They really want this invasion of Ixalan. They have 24 green pips on the battlefield. We have to upset. All right. Unexpected results. One time. Ugin. Ugin off the unexpected results. Or just Ugin. That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what gives us a shot. It all comes down to this draw for the luck test. Opponent going to draw even more cards. Even if we hit it, they might still be okay. They've drawn so many cards. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on, Magic Gods. Wow! Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. That's an Ugin off the top, and that's an exiled board, and oh boy. Okay, maybe I like Ugin now. I did not feel dirty about that at all, because our opponent was doing even dirtier things, so so I do not feel bad about that Ugin. I'm still not sure we're favored. We did. Oh no, they got another one. We did kind of lose half of our mana base there. We lost all 4 Llanowar Elves. Found it. Trailblazer, Cavalier. We still need the unexpected results, I think, or we're still gonna die. That was an unexpected result for sure. Opponent popping off with the Outcaster Trailblazer. Actually, Fog might be good. I don't know how to get the rest of them in the deck though. Oh, Magic Gods. If we hit off this would be one of the craziest chains of top decks. Top deck the Ugin to live, into the unexpected results hitting. Oh, that would be so amazing. There's no way we're getting 3 in a row. There's no way. It can't happen. We're not that lucky. I know from flipping coins I'm not that lucky. Unexpected results. Oh, wait, this could still maybe work. Okay, so Symbiosis. I mean, because we're not. Oh, we are dead because they have this hasty thing. Okay, yeah. Oh, we almost lucked our way into it. Almost. Yeah, that is a problem, right? We don't really want to spin into the fog with unexpected results. But yeah, let's run it back. Let's run it back. We almost pulled together the greatest chain of top decks. If we could have hit the fog, but then we could have also unexpected results into the fog and been very sad. I think Gargoyle's kind of medium. I don't think we can. Ooh, okay. I like this end. We even have the fog. We even have the condom fog. I mean, I guess if you think about it, a condom kind of is a fog, really. Is Overlord worth it in a deck like this since it's ramp and good in the late game? I think it's just a little bit too slow. For being ramp in the deck. I think that's the biggest issue. It's a baby fog, right? Baby fog. You know what makes unexpected results and make your own luck good? Split cards that are 2 cards in 1. Oh, so you get to choose to cast either side? Yeah, that is pretty sweet. All right, Breeding Pool, we do need another land or two. It's been so good to have Karn banned. Honestly, I kind of like Mono Green Devotion now. Mono Green Devotion was so miserable with Karn. One of my least favorite matchups to play. Now, though, I actually don't mind it. Like, yeah, it's still very good. It can still be annoying sometimes, but it's a much more reasonable deck at this point. I do not like that we have 2 Eldrazi in hand. That reduces our chance of hitting them here. Dr. Love, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I mean, it would seem like the Overlord should be legendary. Although, honestly, from a gameplay perspective, I think they were modeled after the Titans, and those weren't legendary. So from a gameplay perspective, flavor perspective, yes, legendary makes sense. Gameplay perspective, probably not. Effins, welcome to the Fishbowl. F Fins. Thank you. Is that about Pleasant Kenobi? Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. Well, okay. Unexpected results. Wow. Goodness gracious. Okay. Wait, what do we do with it now, though? I guess we just exile. Wow. When unexpected results works, it is unexpected, and it is incredibly strong. Whew! Apocalypse! Yeah, that Nykthos, a little sadder now. Welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription for the 57th month. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. About it. Elvish Mystic does a little plotting. Oh, we need another land. Okay, Ugin. Kill that elf. 4 mana Ugin is kind of insane. Oh, I know. We are running hot. We are running hot today. Wait, so what was the determination about anime? It's popular. Was that the TLDR? Oh, I'm gonna untap Nykthos and Outcaster Trailblazer. Speaking of anime, yeah, the deck it is kind of expensive because unexpected results rare and you need all the big expensive Eldrazi stuff, but it is funny and it kind of works. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, chat. I need a recommendation for something to watch. I usually watch something like when I'm going to bed at night. So I'll put something on. The last couple of nights, I just have not been able to find. I've been scrounging the bottom of the barrel. I've been looking around, can't really find. I don't know what to watch. Arcane? Okay, Arcane. Dan. Is that, wait, like the Magic card, or is that a show? Futurama. I've watched Futurama many times. It's one of my favorites. So I do know Futurama very well. Summoning Salt videos, I've already seen. Well, unless he's put out something new, I think I've seen most Summoning Salt videos. I love Summoning Salt. Such a good creator. One of my favorites. Well, this Ugin is going to keep doing its thing, and we'll just exile your board real quick. And all right, another bomb. The luck keeps flowing. No, Elvish Mystic. We would have rather hit a land, I think, than Elvish Mystic. Oh, that does get us to the make your own luck. Arrested Development. Oh, that show's so good. Oh, it's so good. The Netflix version, not as good, but BoJack's great. Love BoJack. I could rewatch BoJack. It's been a while since I've watched BoJack. That's good enough that I could rewatch it. Oh, Dan is an anime on Netflix. I should watch another anime. You should check out some old Brave shows like Golgari. Go, oh my god, I'm pronouncing it horribly. Classic giant robots and big guts action. Ooh, that sounds sweet. Well, okay, make your own luck. We'll take the Emrakul. And Ugin. Your face. I mean, Emrakul's coming next turn. Emrakul bigger and better than Pelukra knows. Honestly, I have never watched all of Venture Bros. I know what it is. I've seen bits and pieces. That is one of the OG Adult Swim shows I have never watched. And I love adult animation or whatever. I love old Adult Swim. I might actually have to watch it. Found it getting in at the Ugin. The deck's actually sweet. It looks very memey, but it's actually very strong. Well, okay, Emrakul, yoink, your next turn. And just in case, we will keep making our own luck. All right, turn Timber Symbiosis, that's fine. And we even have the fog. Well, yeah, pass the turn. See what's in our opponent's hand. We will discard a Emrakul. Cavalier. Llanowar. 7 mana from Nykthos is awkward. What does this flip into? Flips into a Worm Coil. A pseudo Worm Coil. So do we just pass? We can kill the Pelukra. That's easy. So go to combat. Get in with the Pelukra. And then kill the Pelukra. So that gets rid of a few mana symbols. And then I guess that's it. Yeah, go ahead, I guess. Yeah, this is a weird matchup for Emrakul. Emrakul's not that good in this matchup, but I mean, it's still 13-13 flyer, so you need to destroy all humanity. It can't be regenerated. Oh, I've had multiple, I know you've told me about it before, Doug. I've had multiple other people tell me that too. I really actually need to destroy all humanity. Oh, What We Do in the Shadows. I've heard good things about that. I've never watched that either. I might have to check that out. I think I might like that. The only anime I ever watched is Death Note. I think it's Death Note. The one with the book where they write the death and then the person dies. That one. And I actually liked it. I thought it was good. Honestly, anime might be one of those things that it's good I never got into, because if I started watching a ton of anime, I would probably just end up Crim. Like I could imagine it's kind of like a, let's Ugin away this Llanowar. Turn Timber for free. Ooh, boy. Ulamog joins the party. And then, yeah, I think we might be doing it. Glimpse the Core for a forest. Turn Timber. Tapped. All right, opponent. You need to kill us through a fog, through an Ulamog, through an Emrakul. I don't think it's happening. Opponent soaks up the damage down to 7. They do get to put a permanent on the top of their deck, which is going to be, I don't even know. Oh, another Cavalier? That doesn't save you, though. Yeah, I think they might be dead. You really need to watch the anime. See, I think Crim... When I was thinking about watching anime, then I started to talk about Crim, and Crim knows all the animes, and he was pitching some far-out sounding animes. I'm like, I don't know about this whole anime thing. But then I watched Death Note, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. I could get behind this. I would probably just get addicted to anime if I started watching it all. Now, this deck's actually, are we 3-0? Are we just kind of attack and fire own attack for the flex? Is this deck just crushing it? My Pioneer wish list: Ether Vial Birthing Pod, Arcbound Ravager Artifact Lands. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can't remember. It had to do with... Oh, I wish I could remember exactly how it was described, because I'm going to mess it up. I can't... 100 Girlfriends. Oh, I don't think it was that. It was something about like... I can't even remember. It was just, I remember being far out there. And then I guess anime can get pretty far out there. Seth, I've got to get to my job. See you later. Have fun with Pioneer Masters. GFU Gold. Have fun with your job. Thanks for hanging out. Soulflayer's coming. It's coming. It's next. We just gotta, once we get unlucky, then we can switch. But for now, we're just getting lucky. We're getting lucky. We haven't lost yet. Once we lose with this deck, once we lose a match, we'll switch. If we just keep winning for too long, we'll also switch to make sure we get to some Soulflayer. But I have to run my little washing machine. Can't do my bedding, so I have to go to the laundry mat. Hey, see you, Mega Magic Carp. Thanks for swinging by. Good to see you. Have a good rest of the day. Ameribrit for the 12th month, 1 year resub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. About it. Oh, did any of you get magic cards from GameStop? I've been trying to... Oh, don't kill it. No, they're going to kill it. Leyline Bind. Oh, no. Okay. Is this the end of our luck? Could use a ramp spell here that doesn't die. Or an Eldrazi. That's also pretty good. Okay, go. I don't know what GameStop really does anymore. I don't know what the need for... GameStop, it's like Blockbuster of games, right? Like... Ouch. It made sense. What's a lot of Eldrazi in hand? Opponent hits their land. and Fable the Mirror Breaker. Well, our luck is not looking great. We get to glimpse the core. Grab a forest. We just have so many hits in our hand that our odds of hitting off unexpected results, not good. Found at Fable. And we miss a land drop. I think you'd like Dungeon Meshi. I'm personally not a big anime person. It was really enjoyable. Dungeon Meshi. Okay, I will... Oh boy. Enigmatic Incarnation. Sax for a Atraxa. Well, we have things that are bigger and badder than Atraxa if we're lucky. Are we lucky? That's the question. Actually, the real question is... Do we unexpected results because we get to play the thing right away? Or do we make your own luck to increase our odds of hitting something next turn? I don't know if we get the... I don't know if we can wait. Can we actually wait? Carolyn Tuesday. I think I remember you mentioning that one to me before too, Doug. All right. Dungeon Meche, Carolyn Tuesday. Can we survive? So if we wait a turn... We're going to take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Spin it to win it. Glimpse the core. That's not the spin or the win. All right. Glimpse the core, get a forest. We might be dying. Elvish Mystic, non-anime. Well, we got one more. We get one more shot. At this point, it's pretty much got to be Ugin, right? I guess in Ulamog would still potentially do it. Opponent gets in, hits us. For 9, we will take it. Rorik's Venture for the 53rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big super for you. Thank you. I know that's what I'm afraid of. Once you get me watching anime, I'm gonna get. Same with like World of Warcraft. If I ever start playing WoW, I know I would lose like a 6 months out of my life. Like I know it, because I do that with Civilization or whatever TCD card chat. Like if I get into something, and I feel like that would be something I would get very addicted to. Fallout was really good. I've only played Fallout New Vegas, which I think was the best one, but I really like the Fallout show. What was the other one where I'd never played the game? What was the one from like a year before? They had the Pedro, what's his name guy, and the girl. Based on that one was also really good. I can't remember what the name. I can't remember what the name of that one. Last of Us, yes, that one was also really good. And I didn't know anything about Last of Us, and it was like just good as a TV show. Yeah. So I think for some reason, I'm usually Pedro Pascal. That's what it is. I'm usually skeptical of TV shows and movies based on video games because, like, Mortal Kombat and Mario, there's been some horrible video game. Let's spin it to win it. Ugin. Gotta be Ugin. Ah, my God, yes! Wow! Wow! Oh no! How is this even happening? Found it. Pour yourself a leyline binding to draw a card. Wow! Wait, no, opponent. Thank you. You saved our Elvish Mystic for us. Thank you so much. What a nice fellow that Ricardo below is. Thank you, friend. You can't target your own. I think they wanted to save their Atraxa, but you can't target your own stuff with leyline binding. So I think that's what they wanted. Are we gonna win this? We were so incredibly far behind, but now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can definitely make your own luck, and we're not that far away from hardcasting some of these bombs. Well, here we go. Make your own luck. Ouch. I don't even think we exile it. I think we just play it. That was the worst make your own luck of all time. Okay. Well, Elvish Mystic. Yavimaya Coast. Hit you with the elf. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, they're gonna play Boiler Biggles and kill our elf, right? If they don't, we get to cast Ulamog. Animac Incarnation. Okay, so they can sack it to get a Boiler Biggles. Do they kill an elf or do they go face is the question. Go face. They go face. They go face. Big mistake. That's a big mistake. Ulamog, Boiler Biggles, and Animac Incarnation. Wow, this game. This game should not be happening. This game should not be happening. Boiler Biggles Part 2 hits us to 1. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Go to combat. Get in. Hit ya. With the Ulamog, do a little exiling. And Emrakul? Yeah, Emrakul. Emrakul it. Control your next turn. What do we got? Leyline Binding. Animac Incarnation. Knockout Blow. So I think we... Oh, how do we not die to this? Is there a way we cannot die to this? You don't control... Does the Animac Incarnation just kill us is a question. So we play the Binding. Get rid of an Elvish Mystic. An opponent scoops it up. How? How do we keep winning? We were so dead. We were so dead. Unexpected Results is just so hilariously fun to play. Oh, we need to do another viewer battle stream at some point. Wow. At the last chance, spinning into the Ugin. Oh, so good. We don't really have anything for this matchup, realistically. Like, we can't blow up an artifact or an enchantment. I'm not sure how good this sideboard is, honestly. It's like control stuff, aggro stuff, removal stuff, I guess, and then fog. The challenge is the sideboard wants to still support make your own luck and unexpected results. So you still want your things to be hits, ideally. Fog is kind of the exception, but run it back. Hey, Seth, was thinking of a new concept, a weekly viewer-submitted deck play day. I know the schedule's packed enough, but a thought. Ooh. So what were you thinking, Paladin? Like a YouTube video, a stream? Yeah, we got to make your own luck. We're putting this Ulamog to... All right. Lands and make your own luck. What else do we even need in life? Well, Growth Spiral's actually pretty good. Gets us to the make your own luck faster. Binding is... Well, I believe it's either you don't control or your opponents control. But yes, you cannot hit your own stuff with Leyline Binding. Against the rules. That would be cool. I'll see what I can do, Paladin. I'll see what I... Ooh. I will see what I can do. So, this High Noon is actually kind of good against unexpected results. Kind of really good against expected results. Because we can't play the thing that we hit off of it, right? We can still make your own luck, thankfully. But yeah, that's a good sideboard card against us. Yeah, High Noon is a problem. It is a problem, opponent. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Well, let's, yeah, make your own luck. We need to bomb. We need a bomb. We need a bomb. Oh, no. No. Okay. Life is bad. Life has become bad. Our luck has run out. So I listened to Jim Davis and spent 500 wild cards on commons and uncommons for foundations, and now I regret it because I can't get much of this new Pioneer Masters. Oh, what was Jim's advice? I'm curious. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't do it this turn. I'm curious what Jim's advice was. Like, what was the purpose for, our luck did run out. What was the purpose of crafting all the foundation stuff? Just to, because it's going to be legal for so long? I guess I can see that argument. Oh, for maximizing vault progress. Honestly, I think it's technically correct. I've done that in the past. I have come to believe that it's not worth it though. I used to say the same exact thing. Like, you know, if you got a bunch of extras, first craft all this stuff, it's going to fill your vault faster. But at this point, I feel like the amount of clicking that it takes is kind of annoying. And the vault is so unimpactful that I'm not sure it's actually worth it. So I haven't done it with recent sets, just because filling the vault, you get what, like 1 mythic, 2 rares, and some 3 uncommons or something. Like, the amount of stuff you get is just so low that it doesn't feel all that important to me anymore. But I do think it's, like, technically, I think it is the best bang for your buck or whatever. Like, in theory, it is the best. Yeah, the vault, I wish the vault was, it just fills so slowly, and then once it does fill, you get, I believe it's 1 mythic, 2 rares, and then some number of lower rarity wild cards. Will Big Ugin be reprinted in the Tarkir set, or will we finally get a third Eugene? I think it's, my guess is a new Ugin. My guess is it's going to be new. They spoiled some art for it without the name or anything, so I guess it doesn't really tell you for sure, but it looked like to me, what I could tell from upcoming sets, Biker Chandra, getting Biker Chandra, that's happening, and then it looked like new Ugin and new Sarkin were coming in Tarkir, which would make sense with Tarkir. And then I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Spider-Man in the Spider-Man set. I think that's likely. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, we're actually... What are we doing here? Do we attack? I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess we can in there hit you. You gonna leyline binding? Apparently no. Opponent down to 5. Wait, are we actually gonna win this? Is this deck just busted? Opponent cashes in the high noon, turning on our unexpected results. I mean, we have the creature land. We have the creature land. I don't know if our opponent, I guess they could have an answer for it. You can't leyline binding it, though. Okay, they do not have an answer for it. We dropped to 5. Boiler Biggle's not enough. They need 2. They need 2. I guess Boiler Biggles plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Boiler Biggles Yarion could get us. If maybe. Hold. Yeah! Did we get it? Boiler Biggles draws a card. Not enough. Down to 1. Not enough. And it looks like... Uh-oh. Wait. Okay. Emrakul holds. Undefeated. Delphiguru. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. And, yeah, Emrakul. Little Mama Emrakul closes it out. Oh. Planning to sell a dog or play with it? Wait, what did you get, dog? Spreading good luck. I randomly brought a collector's pack of Foundation and opened a foil Japanese showcase stuff. Oh, dog. I mean, if that Llanowar Elves is so, this has to be like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, right? Let's see where. Wow, this one? Is it the? Oh wait, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Either way, it's super expensive. Fractured foil, $650. Foil, almost $200. What a hit. What a hit. I mean, that's got to be Little Mama Emrakul because Emrakul, the Eon Storm, is just, I mean, that's Big Mama. That's Big Mama Emrakul. Even if you just see them next to each other. Look at how big Emrakul is there. Promised End. I mean, I guess it also looks kind of big. So, hey, all right, whatever. Whatever. But we're still winning. We're still winning. Yeah, that's insane, dog. Congrats. What a hit. What a hit. The odds on that are so low too. Oh, chat. Okay. So here, help me out with this, chat. Help me out with this. So, I've learned, I think, that foil cards weigh differently than non-foil cards. You can check this yourself. If you take a foil card and put it on like a mail scale or something, and then put a non-foil card on it, you can see the difference in the weight. It's like actually kind of very noticeable, right? Like, which makes sense intuitively that the foil would be heavier than the non-foil because you got the foiling on it. My question is, couldn't we use that information to find out which pack had a foil in it? What am I missing about this? Am I missing something? Like, can you weigh Magic packs? So if a foil weighs more, couldn't you just like get a box and weigh the packs and try to find the heavy one that has a foil in it? I guess you wouldn't know what the foil is. People already do that. Don't all packs have foils? Not all packs have foils. That would be the downside, right? Foils are much less exciting than they used to be. Even like War of the Spark era, they were very, very, very cheap. They were like one of the best treatments. Now it doesn't really matter because you get so many in collector boosters that foils are kind of worthless. But how about this? Like, could you take it to the next level? Is it possible people will bring scales to Walmart and Target away packs? Seriously? I do remember there's a video about this. I do remember that you could take in, they would have these like cubes at Walmart that had commander decks in them. Some of them had commander decks, but some of them had 60 card decks. You could weigh those to find the commander deck. That I actually did successfully. You couldn't tell what the commander deck was, but they are very sneaky. I'm telling you, what is it, RJ Holdings or something? They're sneaky because once they realized that we knew you could weigh them and get the commander deck and just pick that one, they started putting land packs from Fat Packs in there to make the bad ones way more. So I went and bought one thinking, oh, I got a commander deck for sure, and it was very much not a commander deck. Instead, it was a yeah, let's just glimpse the core. Instead, are you gonna sack it? Oh, we're not gonna be. This might be it. This might be the switch to Soulflayer. Okay, but what if you take it to the next level, chat? I don't think that weighing a normal pack would be worth it, right? It doesn't seem worth it to me. Yeah, we're gonna unexpected results. If they counter, they counter. What could go wrong, opponent? It's going to be fine. It's random. It's unexpected. Let's have some fun about it. Let's have some fun. Opponent doesn't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Do I select my Mausoleum Wander? What are the odds they actually hit something? It's going to be fine, right? Is this bait to get rid of my Mausoleum Wander? Do I spell quell it? That's instant or sorcery. Oh no! Oh no! They had no more lives. I thought we got him. Oh, I thought we got him. I had heard about the X-ray thing to the point where I actually thought it would be a fun video. There's some companies that'll like X-ray. They will like X-ray sealed product, and apparently you can tell what's inside. And I was curious if it even worked. So I thought it could be a cool video on the opening channel or something. So I messaged them, and they were like, we would not recommend using this product on Magic the Gathering. We have not had success doing this with Magic the Gathering. So I don't know if you can actually do that with Magic or not. Oh, this Mausoleum Wander is a bane of our existence. We're at 4. Yeah, we're dead, right? Yeah, all right. Are you going to counter it? Are you going to counter it, opponent? Counter it for lethal? I can't believe that. No more lies. Well, I guess it's time for some Tyrannosaurus Rexing. That is our secret tech for beating. Yep. I mean, the other good news is if we die, then we get to play Soulflayer, which some people really wanted to see, so. Yeah, I was just curious if it did work. Like, because I had heard rumors of it and seen things online that there were these companies that you could, like, send them stuff and you could find your Pikachu or whatever. So I was curious if it actually really did work that way, but apparently they have not gotten there with Magic, at least, which I think is a good thing. I think, like, if we got to the point where that was a real thing that you could easily do and it was cheap and accessible, that would be really bad for Magic, right? Wouldn't that be a bad thing? Or at least it would make it very hard to ever buy any loose product ever, which is already like kind of a good rule to just avoid buying. It's kind of a good rule to just avoid buying that stuff anyway. I think we actually go down the Emeralds here. Go down to Emeralds. Elder Gargaroth has reach, so that's good. Tyrannus Rex can be countered, so that's something. What else can we cut? We can go down like a Glimpse the Core. A Glimpse the Core. Yes, this might be the one. I think this might be the one where we lose. I feel like this might be the one. This feels like such a bad matchup. The question I was really going to have, though, is does like a Fractured foil or a Galaxy foil way different from a normal foil? Because that would actually be something that would make a difference, right? If you could take like a case of collector boosters and weigh them and find the 1% as a Fractured foil, that would actually be insane. That would be something that I think Wizards would have to fix, probably. But I don't know if that's actually true. I would think that if that was a thing, wouldn't Wizards fix it? I wouldn't think Wizards would want that to be a thing that people could do. Well, there's all of our Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Yeah, man. Mausoleum Wanderer is the bane of our existence. I assume some high-value foiling has metal in it that X-rays can differentiate. Ooh. Ooh, that actually is. I hadn't thought about that. Well, all right. Unexpected results. Okay, how about a Glimpse the Core? We actually kind of want this to resolve. Because at this point, our most realistic plan is just hardcasting these Tyrannus Rexes before we die. Opponent gets in for one, hits us. Well, Breeding Pool tapped. And pass the turn. Oh, don't kill the elf. Rattle chains. I don't know if Tyrannus Rex wins us this race or not. Assuming the elf's alive, we can start playing it next turn. Doesn't get countered. Doesn't get killed. Has toxic. Maybe. Superman would make hella bank in MTG Finite. Yeah, I guess you're right. Although that's actually kind of hilarious. Imagine if you actually had like X-ray vision. What would you actually use X-ray vision for? I have to imagine finding the foil in a Magic pack is not the most profitable use of X-ray vision. I would imagine it's not. But maybe that's it. Maybe finding that serialized card is the most profitable way to take advantage of that skill. Crime, lottery tickets, probably more valuable. Crime, yeah, I guess criming you could probably make a lot of money with. Yeah, I guess it's good that Superman's a good guy. Well, how about a Tyrannus Rex opponent? Would you like to counter it? Watch them have some commit to memory or something. Something that actually gets around it. All right, here comes the Dino. Hit ya. Down to 12. Opponent, gonna run out of Spell Queller. I mean, the problem for our opponent is we have another one of those in hand. The funny thing is, if they kill the Llanowar, this all kind of falls apart. Thankfully, our opponent doesn't know that. And we've already played the first Tyrannus, so they might not be thinking Wow. Wow, did they hear me? Did they hear me? They might have heard me say that. Opponent. Okay, now we need a land. Land for the win. That's the real luck. Land. Just a land. We just need a land. Untapped, please, but a land. Come on, deck. Otherwise, we might lose the race with them flashing in a spirit. I mean, honestly, I think they just knew it was the correct play, right? What else are you going to target with the Sheltered by Ghosts? You might as well play it. And then you already saw a Tyrannus Rex. So the idea that we could have another one, oh, that's not great. The idea that we could have another one would be in our opponent's head at least. Well, get in with the Rex. Hit ya. Is our run over? Elvish Mystic. Oh, Mausoleum Wanderer. Oh, I think we're dead. We're going to end up one land short. 3, 4, 5, 6. So they need any spirit and they win, right? Any spirit pumps the Mausoleum Wanderers for lethal. And we can't stop it. Maybe they tried to play... Oh, Mockingbird. Yep. Copies the Rattle Chains, pumps the spirit. They got to go for it, right? There's no way they're like... We got to play defensively here. Oh, they just have even more stuff? Sheltered. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, that was a good run. That was a very good run. We end up losing that one to Spirits, which I think is legitimately a miserable matchup for us because they're very good at countering our make your own lucks and unexpected results. So I think that's just like gotta be one of the toughest matchups for the deck. But overall, what did we go? 4-1, I want to say. Let's see what. Was it only 3? Did we only get 3 wins? That can't. We only played 3 matches? So we went 3-1? No, that can't. That can't be. Maybe. So I guess we went 3-1. Regardless, the deck actually felt really good. And now, for those of you that have been waiting, it's time for some Soulflayer action. Yeah, Mockingbird is proving to be one of maybe the strongest Bloomburrow card on the short list of best Bloomburrow jobs cards. Krusty back for the 30th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. What's your favorite and your least favorite part of your job? Ooh, okay. So favorite part, man, that's so tough. I am incredibly lucky. Like I know I'm amazingly lucky. There are many things I like about my job. I like playing Magic. I like streaming Magic. I actually like making YouTube videos. I like researching stuff and making script. Like most of the things that I do, I enjoy. I like hanging out with all of you. All of that is all that's really good. The single favorite part, man, narrowing down to one thing so hard. It's probably the moment when a deck clicks. I don't even know if that makes sense to someone if you don't make Magic content, but I'll be working on and it doesn't even happen every deck or most decks even, but there's some times when I'm working on a video, I'm working on it against odds, working on a budget Magic, and you're doing the testing and the tuning and trying to get the deck right, and then you'll play this game where the thing just kind of happens. And it's just okay, this is going to work. This is going to be cool. People are going to like it. That moment of it, all coming together, that might be it. That one moment. So, but really I like so much of what I do. But I think the brewing part, when a brew actually comes together and works, that's probably my favorite part of it. Least favorite part, I'm probably traveling. I hate traveling. I hate it. I'm very happy, hanging out, making content, doing my thing. I like being places. I can't remember. I think it was BDM who said this to me one day. Going places sucks, but being places is pretty awesome, or something like that. And I think that's very true. Traveling though, I hate traveling. Just hate it. Hate it. That's the worst part. That said, I think I'm going to Chicago this year, along with Vegas. So you should post this deck list It's not that I'm saying I'm stealing it. I may steal. Oh, please steal it. I believe so if you want the unexpected results deck list, it is already in the chat. So feel free to take that. Now we have, for a second half of our stream, another new to Magic Arena Pioneer deck, which is Soulflayer. Actually, let me update the deck list. Actually, 8-Flayer. So what is this deck trying to do? So this is built around Soulflayer, a demon that's new to Magic Arena. If you don't know Soulflayer, 6 mana, 4/4 with Delve. So really, hopefully it's 2 mana if we can get our graveyard full. And then it essentially just steals all the keywords of anything that it exiles when you delve it. So in our deck, what we really want to do, we would like to get a Zatalpa in the graveyard, since it has Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. We'd like to get a Craigplate Baloth into the graveyard, since it has Hexproof and Haste. And then we have Chromanticore, which is Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Lifelink. So ideally, with cards like a Stitcher Supplier, FOMO, Liliana, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, we're getting those cards in the graveyard, and then we're just Soulflayer eating them and building this hasty, double striking, life linking, unbeatable monster super early in the game. We also have Soulflayer's best friend, which is Urborg Scavengers. Speaking of looking way differently, Urborg Scavengers, super good in a Soulflayer deck, because it wants the same thing. It's a little different than Soulflayer. We just played this in Standard like a week ago, so pretty recently, maybe Friday on Mudge Brew. But when it enters, you exile a card from the graveyard, and then it has all the keywords of the things that you exile with it. So this is a backup way that we can build a unbeatable threat, and that's essentially the deck. That's essentially our plan. Worth noting, mana base is Rakdos, so we're not actually casting a lot of this stuff. Night Veil Predator, we don't have 2 blue mana in the deck. Chromanticore, we don't have Wooburg in the deck. So these cards are purely to get in the graveyard to eat with Soulflayers and Urborg Scavengers. And that's the plan. Risk of the deck is mostly graveyard hate. The new Soulflayer art, which one is better? Oh, that's Niftalite. I kind of like the new. Let me see the old Soulflayer art. What does old Soulflayer look like? Oh, old Soulflayer actually does look kind of cool. So new Soulflayer got some swords, maybe. Old Soulflayer is like in the ice or something. It looks like a creepy Kaldheim card. Why do we never return to Kaldheim? Was Kaldheim just a flop? Maybe, I guess we don't have. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with I think the new art's fine, but I think I like the original better in this case. Well, let's Soulflayer it up. No Vel'Gavoth Slayer in the mana base for random hexproof. So Vel'Gavoth Slayer, necessary evil in Standard, because the hexproof is incredibly rare. Not actually really necessary, or nearly as necessary, since we have stuff like Craigplate Baloth in Pioneer. So it's not really needed, considering how clunky it is, because we have other options for it. What do you think? What do you think about Ether Drift? Where are we at with the Ether Drift hype? Is Ether Drift just gonna be? Is it gonna be another Outlaws of Thunder Junction or MKM? Is it gonna be another? Is it gonna be another like iconic Magic characters in a different setting? Is it gonna be another one of those planes? Highly, really? What do you? Oh, here's the other thing. So here's the other news, and I hope this is wrong. I hope this is wrong. I really hope it's wrong. So they did a stream. They did a stream today. Where can I find? Oh, where is this? It was on. I saw it on the Reddit, I think. But anyway, they did a stream today talking about Ether Drift, getting ready for Ether Drift. Apparently, it looks like, according to what was... Oh, why can I not find this article? Huh. But anyway, it looks like there's 2 precons, commander precons with Ether Drift, and one of them had a name that definitely suggested it was maybe an energy theme. Do you think they're actually bringing energy back to Standard? There's no way, right? There's no way. There's no way we're doing energy again. I really hope not. Soulflayer only gets abilities from creature carded exiles. That would be another reason to not play. Although we do have Urborg Scavengers. I guess that's a difference really between Scavengers and in Soulflayer. Scavengers gets the ability of any card that it exiles. Soulflayer only the creature cards. Thurigus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. Come on, deck. Thank you so much for your subscription. Where's our lands? Big super chat for you. Thank you. Seth, surely after seeing energy, kill Standard last time, and now currently destroying Modern, there's no way they'd make the same mistake again. I mean, your sentence shows why that is not necessarily true, right? Like, they saw energy destroy Standard, and then they still printed energy again in Modern. So I'm not sure making that mistake once or twice is enough to make sure it doesn't happen a third time. Huh. So in Urborg Scavengers this Night Veil Predator, Flying Death Touch Hexproof. That might be the play. So we get Hexproof. Oh, can they Leyline Binding? Can they get a They could. Is it better to Liliana? We can Liliana away the Sylvan Caryatid. The one downside, so Urborg Scavengers, downside is it's a triggered ability that goes on the stack. So there's a window to kill it. Soulflayer, that window doesn't exist. So I think Soulflayer is just better than Scavengers, but all right, we're gonna Liliana. We're gonna Liliana. That's it. That's what I was looking for, dog. Living Energy, green, blue, red, which is Teamer, right? Last time we had energy in Standard, Teamer was like the big color. And Eternal Might, white, blue, black. If you go by those commander decks, my guess would be, thinking about what we've gotten in the past, some sort of like Eternalize maybe for the Esper deck, and then energy for Teamer scarily. Well, all right. Opponent did have a Leyline Binding. Well, thankfully, I got rid of our Liliana instead of Urborg Scavengers. Boom. One ya. And I mean, our opponent has this Yarion, but it's not doing much yet. If Scavengers dies with the trigger on the stack in response, the card is still going to end up in exile. So it's kind of the double whammy, right? You lose one of the things that you wanted, and you don't get the Bomby creature. Well, let's Fable. We're still going to try to just keep playing around it for now. We're not getting pressured too much. We would really like to just find a Soulflayer. Like, that would make things very easy. If we can just find a Soulflayer, we just build this hexproof, double striking, indestructible, all the good things creature. But we need to find it. The Esper deck tagline is burn through cards, grow your mummy army. Oh, that actually, yeah, that sounds very much like Eternalize, Embalm, something along those lines. Was there a tagline for the energy deck? Oh, it can't. Oh man, I would be very. Oh, it's okay. It's Niv Delay. Well, opponent gonna draw perhaps a few. Wow, was that a Niv for 0? That was a Niv for 0. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Okay. Well, in that case, Urborg Scavengers. We're going to eat. Oh, how greedy are we? They have one turn. They only have Yarion in hand. Yarion can blink Leyline Bindings. All right, so we have to eat the Night Veil Predator. Play the land. Pass the turn. Unimpend. So the Yarions can blink the Leyline Binding to exile the something, but not the Scavenger now. Opponent land. Yarion. Oh, they're going to draw a lot of cards on one of these. Blinks and blinks. Yeah, we need to get the Hexproof because of this exactly. Because of them blinking the Leyline Binding. We'd rather have Indestructible, but, well, okay, opponent. Pillage the Bog's pretty good. I'll go to combat. Do some attacking. Can we win the race somehow? Well, we're going to exile Zatalpa. Add a little double strike to our Death Touch and Hexproof and Indestructible. It's a pretty good creature. It's a pretty good creature. Actually, we might actually just win this race. No, that's not going to do it. No, opponent, that's not going to work how you want. We have Death Touch and Trample and Double Strike. You're throwing your Yarnian away to save a single point of damage. That is not... Well, I guess, I mean, Soulflayer hasn't been on Arena before. People are learning how to play against it, but that was not a... not a super profitable way of... Oh, excuse me, I'm dying. Where's my drink? Not a super profitable way of blocking. Pillage the Bog. I think I just need a drink. Not sick. It's, if anything, just upstate New York winters. It's cold and snowy. Everyone's, you know, you get a little congested in the winter in New York. So opponent has a Vanishing Verse. I guess that doesn't really matter. Well, we have a very unplayable hand, but can you stop an Urborg Scavenger, opponent? That's a real question. We will eat your Eorion. I feel like this is unbeatable at this point. Like, is there actually a way? No. You soak up one day. Okay. Death Touch and Trample. Yeah. That's still how that works. Opponent down to 3. I don't know if there's a way they can beat this. Can they beat Flying Death Touch, Vigilance, Double Strike, Hexproof, Indestructible, Trample? That combination, I think, should be unbeatable for our opponent's deck at this point. It should be. Have you heard of Gator Wine? Give it a try. Is it wine made out of gators? I have not heard of Gator Wine. What do we want against? So opponent's playing Niv to Light. Maybe Necromentia? Thoughtseize Necromentia seem decent. Oh, Wine and Gatorade. Okay, I could see that. One thing about upstate New York, does not get that much as much credit as it should. We actually have really good wineries around here. If you're a wine fan, upstate New York actually has some really decent places. I think you could do a good wine tour around here if you like such things. There's some cool spots. Sphere prevents Bring to Light. Well, it kind of just makes them pay 1 more mana, right? It keeps them from Bring to Lighting on 5. They gotta wait until they can pay 1. I don't know if that's enough, especially since this is another deck that it's really hard to sideboard with, because we have everything is either filling our graveyard, like this stuff, something we want to exile to our Soulflayers, like this stuff, or a Soulflayer effect, like that stuff. Like, there's essentially no flex slots. I guess we just have to trim and be like, okay, we can trim like one of these and one of these, maybe like a FOMO. But I think the main challenge, so what do we do against Graveyard 8? So if our opponent brings in Graveyard 8, we just die. That's unfortunate. Okay, just dying was not what I was hoping for, but I guess just dying is an option. Yeah, there's some cool wineries around upstate New York. Is there 2-color Mass Exile? I assume Niv to Light only runs Verdict. I believe that, yeah, so there... Is there 2-color Mass Exile? Merciless Eviction is technically 2-color Mass Exile, but I don't think anyone plays it because it's too expensive, but in theory, that could get us. Just race the Graveyard Hate. That can work, unless it's like Leyline of the Void or something. Oh, Niv to Light runs Sunfall? Oh, wow, they actually do potentially have an... Oh, what do we need with Necromentia? I wasn't expecting to actually draw our sideboard card. What do we actually name with Necromentia? So naming Niv cuts off their engine. Well, let's play the land on black. Impend, an Overlord of the Baelmerk. We also have Soulflayer. Can we just mill some? Wow, we mill a lot of lands that we wanted. I guess we actually take the FOMO just in case. Unimpend. At least FOMO can loot for a land, perhaps. Opponent, Rugrin Triume. Oh, I know. A land would be so good. Milling these 3 is pretty painful. We kind of wanted one of those. So chat, raise hands if you play Modern. Currently play Modern. I don't know if you listened to yesterday's podcast, where one of our big topics was kind of like the Modern ban list and the state of Modern. And one of the things that struck me as we were talking about the state of Modern was maybe there's a bunch of people out there who really like the current version of Modern, even though I don't really like especially the current version of Modern. But I've been playing Modern since the format was created, essentially. So what I'm trying to figure out, hey, we can land, that's good. So what I'm trying to figure out is when I feel like Modern, I don't really like it, or is that just me being a boomer? Like, how much of that is that I played Modern so long that I think times in the past I liked even better, and how much of that is an objective state of the format? Because I'm actually curious, like, because Modern still, like, on one hand, I see other people super enfranchised. Like, when I saw a Spike switch over to playing Standard, I was like, okay, if Aspiring Spike's playing Standard, that's a pretty good sign that other content creators, at least, are not super thrilled about the state of Modern right now. But I'm actually super curious. Have you ever played pre-Modern? I have not played pre. I know what it is, but I haven't actually played it. Huh. Well, let's... Yeah, let's Necromentia. I think. Name what, though? I guess just Bring to Light? Cut down the consistency. Not Bring to Life. Bring to Light. Cut down the consistency? 2 Leyline Bindings. Unmoored Ego, Vanishing Verse. Oh, they do have a Sunfall. 1 Sunfall. 2 Nibs. Okay, so this is almost exactly... Oh, 2 Rest in Pieces. Okay, we really need to win this. We really need to win this game. Oh, they have a lot of hate. Okay, we need to win this one somehow. Well, play the land. Hopefully they don't cast the Unmoored Ego on Soulflayer. That would be sad. Leyline Binding. Going after the Overlord. About it. Fable. Okay, Fable. Yes. Well, we get to... Wait, what do we have in the graveyard? We have Hexproof and FOMO. Okay, so I think we... Impendent Overlord. See if we can mill something else to go with it, please. Zatalpa. Well, all right. We can get back to FOMO. Soulflayer. 1. So Flying Death Touch, Hexproof Haste. I guess that's as good as it gets. Double Strike would have been nice, although this is still a fine Soulflayer. 8 down to 16. Nesmith for the 95th month. Blah, I'm late to this, but after the UB announcement for next year, my interest in the game has kind of hit an all-time low. A repeating pattern of not enjoying Modern, starting around War of the Spark. I can't even keep up with set releases anymore because of what comes next. I don't know if I even bring myself to sell my collection, however. Well, Naz... Wow, an opponent dies with the Unmoored Ego in hand, cannot beat the Soulflayer. I know your feelings about Modern as. Your feelings actually, in a lot of ways, kind of mirror mine, where For me, I think it really was. I mean, you could point to like Splinter Twin banning being silly or whatever, but I think for me, War of the Spark was really when we hit this, like, that was the start of the great era of power creep, right? So I think that's also when things started to become sketchy. That was also around when we got the first Modern Horizons. So I think that was when the great era of power creep really started. And I think that's really the underlying issue. Like, the thing I loved about Modern was just, like, being able to play all the brews. Like Dubscape. Like, being able to play things like that. Enduring Ideal with Dubscape. And it's just, it's so hard or impossible to do that at this point. Well, do we have to mulligan for a Soulflayer? Probably. Although we have the Fable to get written. Yeah, we got a mulligan. That hand does literally nothing. All right, well, we'll try this. We got a Lily at least. Better than... Actually, I don't know if this even is better than our first hand. This deck gets some very uncastable looking hands. Is there a good reason why Soulflayer and Scavengers don't get ward abilities, other than the keyword wasn't around when the card was first printed? I think it's as simple as that. And I think it's as simple as that. I was going to also say maybe it's because ward, there's so many different flavors of it. Maybe they didn't want to deal with, like, Vel'Gavas ward or whatever, but maybe that doesn't actually matter when it comes down to it. Oh, this might be the worst hand I've ever had. 2 Rakdos dual lands, double green, double white, double blue, and Wooburg. Oh, so bad. Oh no, and that's a slasher. Okay, that's a Lily. That's a Lily. Staying alive, staying alive. Yeah, maybe we should have just got mulliganing. Maybe we got to mulligan even more aggressively. Spear Starin, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Valakut Awakening puts him to the bottom, unfortunately. About it. Mutavault. Ward existed with Scavengers. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could have added Ward. I guess I figured maybe they... All right. Oh, we got nothing. Nothing to eat. Oh, this is not good. I don't even know if we can. All right, we're just gonna pass, I guess. Oh, this is bad in so many ways. Opponent. Howdy, love Build-A-Boggle. Yeah, that actually worked pretty well. The other thing I wonder about this deck is there any way it's worth playing, like, 5-color lands just to try to be able to maybe cast this? I guess, like, it's so... Not only do we need multiple colors of mana, but we need, like, 7 or 8 mana. The odds are just so low that it's probably not even worth thinking about. Yeah, I guess I kind of assume that they just mirrored Soulflayer with Urborg Scavengers and they care about the same things. Are there any other mechanics that are missing? And are the mechanics on Scavengers exactly the same as Soulflayer? We can look. Let's look when you go to sideboarding. I'm actually curious if they're just exactly the same. You don't get protection, right? Neither one of them gets protection. So Soulflayer, first strike, double strike, death, fetch, hexproof, haste, indestructible, lifelink, reach, trample, vigilance. 10 abilities. Scavengers, first strike, double strike, death, fetch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance. Wait, there's one. Menace? Was menace not a thing? Ah, okay. So menace. So it's not exactly the same. They added menace. So we have Fear Missing Out to discard. We have Fable and the Mirror Breaker to discard. We got Liliana to discard. So we actually have quite a few ways to discard. It just did not come. I think we needed a mulligan to 5. I think stopping at 6 is where we went wrong. I think we had to just go to 5 there. This is one of those decks that I think we need to just think of it like a combo deck, and it wants to do the explosive thing really quickly. So I think we just need to focus on mulliganing kind of aggressively. Hey, what's up, Wenzo? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, no protection. Protection I could see being on that list. No horsemanship. Okay, this hand can discard stuff at least. This hand could actually be good. If we had a Stitcher's Supplier. This would almost be the nut draw. Well, land on black. You. Ooh, Odric's a cool card too, opponent. Thought Seize to take, well, probably the Soulflayer. The other thing is people still have edicts to some extent. Yeah, no banding. Oh. I will always remember the one time I played against a banding deck in Commander at a Magic Con or a Command Fest, and it was actually really cool. Ooh, land is nice. Well, Urborg Scavengers. Eat your thoughts. Yeah, when we don't get any graveyard velocity, sure, go for the throw. When we don't get any graveyard velocity, this deck looks a lot jankier. Wait, Odric, let me see. Oh, really? Really, opponent? It's gonna be like that. I think it's what, Odric Master Tactician? Yeah, this is going horribly. Not Odric Master Tactician. Oh, come on. Oh, is this Waste Not? Are they actually? No, they're demons. We saw the demon stuff. Odric Lunarch Marshal. How about that? What is the list on Odric? Odric. First Strike, Flying Death Touch, Double Strike Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink Menace, Reach, Skulk, Trample. So Odric has 13 abilities, including Skulk. Everyone loves Skulk. That wonderful mechanic. I mean, we gotta YOLO it, right? Like Fatal Push can't kill it. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is gonna get. Hopefully, they don't have an edict. Urborg Scavengers, and we will eat this Baloth here, get a little haste and hexproof, and play the land and hit you for 3, actually 4, because now we can eat a Goblag. All right, no blot out, no shield or edict. No blot out, no shield. Those are the cards we're scared of. Liliana, I guess, could also be there. All right. Oh, yeah, life has become bad. Mutavault. No Lightland of Sanctity. But a lot of Zetulpas in hand. A lot of Zetulpas. Wait, what one? Odric Lunar Marquess? I don't think that's a... I don't... Odric Lunarch. Yeah, I don't think that card exists. Well, Stitcher Supplier, that would have been good earlier. And we really need to find another Soulflayer or an Urborg Scavenger, although we went through a lot of them. We're already down, what? 1 Soulflayer, 3 Scavengers? Ugh. Ooh. About it. Jeez, graveyard hate for days. Ashiok. Yeah, I mean, that is the downside of playing so many uncastable cards in our deck is when things go wrong, things go really wrong. Oh, there's actually, no, oh, I thought you were joking. Odric Lunar Marquess is actually a card? Oh, wait. I thought you were just memeing. Well, okay. Hit the Ashiok. Odric Lunarch Marcus. 3 mana, 3/3. The mini comment on your turn. You each creatures you control gain banding until end of turn. If a creature you control is banding, the same is true of Changeling, Devoid, Fear, Flanking, Horsemanship, Ingest, Intimidate, Landwalk, Shroud, Tantrum, Wither, and the activated ability sack this creature to add a generic mana. I've never actually seen this one before. That's pretty good. What is Tantrum? Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of too. What in the world is Tantrum? Well, let's get in, hit the Ashiok. Oh, okay, mill's not good. Oh, opponent's gonna let it go. Opponent, you're too smart, opponent. Too wise. Too wise, Ruri Pishana. It's not a real mechanic. Oh my goodness. Okay, you got it. Yeah. We run out of luck. We used it all on the luck test. Tantrum. That's just gotta be a joke, right? Oh, it was introduced with Mystery Booster. Tantrum. A defender with Tantrum deals excess damage to the attacking player as it blocks. That's actually... Could we ever get Tantrum in real Magic? So, okay. Let me see if I'm understanding this. So I got my whatever, my Flibblethip. Now that's probably a horrible example. I need something that actually has power. I got a Shieldred on defense. You attack into it. I block with a Shieldred. So it's like overkill, kind of? Is that excess? Yeah. So if I block with a 4/4 and a 2/2, I would deal 2 excess damage. That would go to my opponent's face. It seems like that could be a real mechanic, right? That could be a real mechanic. I think they use this mystery booster stuff. I think they use it for testing to some extent. Like, I think it's a way, almost like we've seen it with silver border cards, right? We've seen it with silver border cards where the cheese stands alone, or we get mechanics that start off in an unset and then end up in black border Magic. I think they are kind of doing the same thing with these mystery booster products. It seems like it works within the rules. Why would they attack a 2/2 and a 4? So it would mostly apply in like a situation where there was a big board, right? Where like they're swinging with 3 or 4 creatures against your 2 or 3 creatures and trying to get through some of the damage. I imagine that would be the most common scenario. Yeah, giant growth on defense, although we got to keep this. Only 1 land, scarily, but we got the Soulflayer, we got the Stitcher Supplier, we got the FOMO. If we can draw the land, this could be the draw. This could be the draw. All right, well, Blood Crypt, untapped. Hello to you, Paprika. All right, Stitcher Supplier, mill is a Tulpa, leave a land on top. All right, mill Soulflayer and some lands, and probably leaves the Tulpa on top. Yeah, Craigblade Baloth, pretty much. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, not like this. Not like this. I wonder. So this Rakdos version of the deck, very different. I might try. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up my old version of this deck when we played it a while ago. This Rakdos version, I'm missing Grizzly Salvage. I'm missing Grizzly Salvage. I feel like Grizzly Salvage just adds so much to the deck. We might try the 4-color version here in a second. I think this is the hand that you keep. Like, I think you gotta keep. Like, it's so good once we hit a land. Like, we've just had so many hands that do nothing with this deck that I feel like a hand that does something, even if it needs a land, man. I mean, if we just draw land, we build a literally, not even figuratively, like a literally unbeatable Soulflayer. It is the best Soulflayer. Hexproof, Death Touch, Indestructible, everything. It's got it all. But we can't find land number 2. Cannot find land number 2. I feel like this happens a lot. I mean, I feel like this deck, you gotta keep the hands that have potential to do things. I feel like that's just how this deck works, right? I feel like a hand with Soulflayer that can fill the graveyard is, you just got to keep it. You got to keep it every time. Because there's so much risk that we end up with what we saw last game, where it's like, we just have a hand with tens of Tulpas in hand that we can never cast. So I think if you have a hand that can do things, you got to keep it and and trust the magic gods. Found it. Reckless Stormseeker. Gets in, hits us. Well, there's the land. Is it fast enough? I'm not convinced. It might be a turn too slow because we don't have lifelink. I mean, this is a very, very good creature. Actually, maybe it is. Is it fast enough? It does have vigilance, so we get in for 16 over the next 2 turns. Oh, we needed, if we had lifelink too, if we had the Chromatic Core in the graveyard, it definitely, that would be actually the ultimate Soulflayer. Well, get in, hit you. Past the top, yeah, we missed the land drop for what, 3 turns? 3 turns of missing. This is a version I've been running. Let me see what you've been messing around with. Oh, opponents. Some salty-ish action. I mean, I like the... Yeah, that looks... I don't know. How's Goldvein Hydra been? That one's a little weird. I guess it does have 3. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. I guess those are 3 decent keywords. Opponent with a big attack. Yeah, we're going to end up... We are going to end up just short. Just short. And what? What is our opponent's deck? Okay, yeah. We don't have a way to get out of this. Too many land drops missed, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, King? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. So opponents, just a random Boros aggro deck. All right. Yeah, we'll try the other version after this. We'll finish this game, of course, this match. But then we'll switch. I feel like this is actually a pretty bad build. I feel like this build is, it feels bad to me. Maybe that's the plan. Play not enough ways to fill your graveyard and trust that you can discard to hand size. Like I said, it can't fill the graveyard, right? We have Soulflayer, we have Urborg Scavengers, but it doesn't do anything, so we can't keep it. This hand, I guess, is better-ish. The hand can fill the graveyard. The only problem is we only have Urborg Scavengers, which is, I mean, I guess hopefully good enough, but certainly worse than Soulflayer proper. With the recent commander bans, I decided to build a commander deck. Can you check it out? Yeah, let me take a peek. What are we putting to the bottom here? I guess Chromatic. Well, Chromatic Core is good, but it might be the worst of the bunch. Yeah, let's go Chromatic Core to the bottom. Narset Turds. Who? That is definitely an incredibly brutal deck. Narset is a very, very, very strong commander, especially with extra turn spells. Yeah, that looks very strong. Very strong. Have you got to play it much? I'm curious. What's your play group think about it? Does it, like, how's its power level match up with the rest of your play group? I feel like Narset's one of those commanders, when you build especially a powerful Narset build, I feel like it's one of those commanders that you can play once or twice, and then your play group's kind of like, okay, yes, we know what this does. It's annoying to stop. But it looks very solid for sure. Well, let's Overlord of the Bailmerk. I imagine, yeah, I could see that. It seems very good. Well, there's our Soulflayer. Overlord of the Bailmerk seems great in this deck. Get in, hit ya. All right, opponent. So what is the Soulflayer going to be like? Zatalpa, and I guess that's about it. But Zatalpa's pretty good. Zatalpa's probably good enough on its own. Ooh, ambitious farmhand. Okay, I think Ilharg. What is our opponent doing? What are they doing over there? Actually, I think this is even better. So now we can just FOMO. Discard Craigplate Baloth. Play the land. Get in, hit you with a Stitcher Supplier. Now we can build a really good Soulflayer next turn. Yeah, you could build a very solid budget version. Mostly have to cut back on the mana probably, but do you think that WotC or the Arena team will ever fix the wildcard system? Nope. Nope, sadly no. Arena's been around for so long now. I think it is what it is. As far as like big changes like that, they'll make improvements, but an overhaul of the game's economy or something, I would be shocked. I wish they would, because I think that the wildcard, I'm not a fan of the wildcard system really, compared to the other options at least, but yeah, I think I saw this, I don't know if anyone else saw, there was a, thank you, Paprika. Someone was talking, I think it was on the Magic Arena Reddit, they were talking about how black is always dominant in standard, how they've been playing against black decks or Gary or Demir again and again and again, and people were talking about why that is. Is it, the removal is too good, so everyone plays black to get the best removal? Is it that the aggro creatures are too good, so everyone has to play the black removal to fight against the Heartfire heroes? And someone said, I think it's mostly like, or at least in large part, the Arena economy, that you can only build like one deck or two decks. And I wish that it was like Hearthstone or something, where I'd be able to, dust my cards to build a new deck when I wanted to. And I wonder how much of an impact that actually has on people on Arena, because I think it actually might be meaningful. That's something that I guess I don't really have to deal with, because I just spend a ridiculous amount of money each set to buy all the cards. But if you're not doing that, which I don't think most people are, I think that probably plays into it. If you were like really love Bloodthirsty Conqueror when Foundations came out and you spent all your wild cards on it, you're probably stuck playing a black deck for the next month or 2 months, just because it's going to take you a while to build up the resources to build another deck. Cut down is impressive. Yeah. At the same time, is it? I go back and forth. I remember Kibler talking about cut down being a mistake or being like a card that shouldn't exist in standard like a year or two ago. And he might be right. At the same time, Heartfire Hero is kind of impressive with Monastery Swiftspear and Cacophony Scamp. Like, the super aggro 1-drops, I don't know, like, it's a chicken and egg thing, right? Like, did they have to print these really pushed 1-drops to fight through cut down? Or were there really pushed 1-drops, so they had to print cut down to stop the really pushed 1-drops? Who knows? But I think that is the process, and I think that leads to snowballing, right? Just like a game of Magic can snowball, it ends up snowballing in the sense that you have to keep one-upping it, just like we see with Modern Horizons, right? You see it with Modern Horizons, where Modern Horizons 2 has to be stronger than 1, and 3 has to be stronger than 2, because you need the cards to see play, so it just keeps going higher and higher, and then you end up who knows where. Yeah, I think it's very interesting because in some cases you run into that. You play red 5 times in a row and you're like, I need to have cut down in my deck. what am I doing with my life? Just 9 to these 1-drops. But then it is true that we've had black at the top of standard for like 2 years now. Although even that, if you take the big picture, if it was like 5 years ago, we would be having this conversation about green, right? We'd be talking about how green is just always at the top of standard. All the best decks are green, maybe splashing another color. And it went on like that for several years. And we felt like, well, green, Simic, always just going to be at the top. It's always going to be the best thing going. And now green is probably the worst color in standard, and black is dominant. So I think if you step back and can look more at the big picture, all this to say, I think the reign of black will end. It might take another year. It may take another 2 years. Maybe things are different now with the slower rotation schedule. Maybe that moved the goalposts enough that it's going to be different now. But I really think eventually Wizards will be like, you know what? Black's been at the top of standard for like 3 straight years. Why don't we make black suck now and make something else good? So I think that will eventually... No, you're not going to... You're not going to convince me that Farewell is the hero. No, no, no. Oh, I hate Farewell. Hate it. Hate that card. Boy, do I hate it. So yes, I'm not in the camp of Farewell being the good guy. Yeah, isn't that wild? That green got literal Llanowar elves and green still is not very good. Sad News Bears, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. The bigger concern is they're talking about making a whole new client. Can you imagine? You have the cost of Arena currently. Now we're going to block just to see if we can fill our graveyard and make an even better. Come on. Indestructible. Oh, Chromatic Core. Okay. So we have Hexproof, Flying First Strike, Vigilance. Oh, Zetalpa was... Oh, wait. Okay, we can FOMO. We're just going to wait one more turn. We're going to... If they hit Graveyard Hate and we lose, I'm going to cry. But next turn, Soulflayer is going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. Stitcher Supplier mill some cards. All right, if they play Rest in Peace, we just cry in our cookies and scoop. If they don't play Rest in Peace, oh, we're gonna have a little dance party. Opponent, Battlecry Goblin, sure. Haste up that crew, sure. Well, here come them boys. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. I don't know if they want to attack with the Sear Slice because we'll kill that. Actually, this is not that bad at all. On second thought, I'm kind of okay with all of this. So you can block... We need to kill the Battle Cry. You kill that. I mean, this Soulflayer is going to be so good. This Soulflayer is going to be so good. I've been working on this deck right up your alley. Let me take a look and know you that... Hang on, let me build this awesome Soulflayer, and then I will look. So, Soulflayer. We will exile, let's see, Greg Plate Baloth for Hexproof and Haste. A Zetalpa, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Indestructible Flying, and Chromatic Core, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink Flying, and I guess we throw Death Touch in here too. Let's throw in some Death Touch. All right, that is, I think, literally the best Soulflayer that we can build. I'm pretty confident that is the best Soulflayer that we can possibly build. Back up to 24, opponent. Can you beat it? Can you beat it? Can you beat it? Vigilance, Flying, Death Touch, Double Strike, First Strike, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Trample, and a Condom, and a bonus scoops it up. Let's look at this. Let's look at this deck. That went pretty well. That went super well. Ooh, Cody. Cody's an interesting commander to build around for sure. Rebuild the City. Rebuild the City actually re-entered my mind recently because they reprinted Pyromancer's Goggles in Standard. Chat, how do we break Pyromancer's Goggles? How do we break Pyro Goggles? If you don't know Pyromancer's Goggles is 5-mana artifact, legendary artifact. Tap it for a red. When you use that mana to cast a red instant or sorcery, copy it. Choose new targets for the copy. How do we break this in Standard? My first impulse. But Burn is just dull. Like, I mean, I like Bird, but I think if I'm going to do Pyromancer's Goggles, I want to do something like flashier. But yes, doubling up a Boros Charm or something is a lot of damage. That's for sure. My first impulse was Over the Top. The first thing I thought of was, okay, Over the Top, each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control, put all of them on the battlefield, the rest go to the graveyard. So essentially, if you can Pyromancer's Goggles and Over the Top with a reasonably big board of non-lands, the first one resolves. You put a bunch more stuff into play. Now you have even more for the second one to put even more stuff into play. So that was my first impulse. Hit the Mother Lode's another good one. Blast X Stuffy Doll. That sounds sweet. Why did I start? Oh, Rebuild. This is why I started thinking about it now, is Rebuild the City. The other card I considered was Rebuild the City. We might have to do against the odds, Rebuild the City, just because I feel like this card's super unique, and I'm not sure. We've never built around it, and I'm not sure like exactly how to build around or like what to do with it. 6 mana sorcery, choose a land, get 3 tokens that are copies of it, except they're 3/3 creatures in addition to their other type with Vigilance and Menace, which actually a downside more than an upside. Like, I think I would rather them not be creatures, although I guess it opens up the possibility of just using this to win the game. But if you cast this with, imagine like, okay, Pyromancer's Goggles, rebuild the city, target Field of the Dead or something. Oh God. That would be insane. It would be so many zombies. There's gotta be something we can do with this, right? In standard though, what are we copy? We could copy deserts that deal damage when they ETB. That'd be kind of funny. But then we're just building like doppelgang on hard mode in some ways. Look at Surge to Victory. Surge of Victory. Exile target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Creatures you control get +X/+0 until an turn. X is the card's mana value. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player this turn, copy the exile card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. I need to play that card more. That is like the most win Mori card I've read in a minute. I don't know if I've ever really played. It's unfortunately a commander card, so you can't play it in standard. I'm gonna have to put it in a commander deck because I feel like that should lead to a big turn. Like, you pump your team, you cast a spell a bunch of times. It's gotta be cool. Yeah, the Cody deck looks sweet. I respect 41 lands. Definitely a reasonable number of lands. Lots of ramp. This actually looks like a deck. This looks kind of like how I would build a deck for the most part. Like, lots of ramp, lots of land, got some card draw. Yeah, that looks sweet. I like it. I mean, when I say win more, that's not a negative. I know some people use win more as a derogatory term, but I like winning more. I don't know why people are like, oh, win more. Yeah, yes. No, yeah, I just want to deal 20 damage. When I could be dealing thousands. Of course I want to deal thousands of damage. Of course. Given the choice, yes. I would rather deal, more damage than the stars in the sky than 20. So yes, I would like to. Oh, are we? All right, hang on. I kind of want to switch. Well, all right, we're going to play another match with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out more Surge to Victories. Is the server bad at the moment? I've been having lots of DCs. I haven't had any issues with it, which is kind of surprising since technically it is launch day for Pioneer Masters. Usually that means a lot of crashes, but I don't think we've crashed at all since we've started streaming. It's been like almost, I don't know, 2.5 hours or something. Pioneer Masters is out for everyone as of a couple hours ago. It is finally here. Oh, it was a long wait. We had to wait, what, 2 years, 3 years? When did they first say they were going to do it? I feel like it was at least 2 years ago. Maybe actually longer. Oh, mono red? Huh. All right, let's mill something good with this Overlord to go with our Urborg Scavengers. Okay, Chromaticor's pretty good. We'll take Stitcher's Supplier. Opponent. Planeswalker's Guide to Ether Drift. Oh, apparently they started the story for Ether Drift, if you're interested in such things. And confirmed we're going back to Moraganda, which is interesting. There's gonna be so many vehicles in this set. There's gotta be so many vehicles. What does that mean for us? What do we do with many vehicles? That is actually a pretty cool piece of art. It looks very Dune or something. But that is a pretty cool piece. Belmore. Okay, so we can exile command. Well, the 3/3 flying first strike. Maybe we wait one more turn. This looks like it could be Wizards, and then they just Wizards Lightning. I don't know if we can afford to wait. All right, we're going to Urborg Scavengers. We got to do it. Urborg Scavengers. Eat the Chromatic Core. Please don't Lightning Bolt. Lightning Strike. Wizards Lightning. None of that. Mad Max. I think that was what I was actually wanting to say, not Dune. I don't know why I said Dune. I don't know if I've even ever seen Dune. I was definitely thinking Mad Max when I said Dune. Oh, don't get me started on NASCAR. NASCAR, that might be the least likely thing that has ever happened. Monastery Swiftspirit Belmore into Itali's favor. Okay, sure. That is not what I was expecting our opponent to exile there. That is for sure not even close to what I was expecting them to exile. Well, we get to block the Belmore, I think. There's no free spells in Pioneer. Gain a bit of life. Well, okay, Stitcher Supplier. How about Melius as the Tulpa Stitcher Supplier? Okay, another Chromatic Core. That's something. Urborg Scavengers. Eat the Chromatic Core. Get in with the Scavengers. Eat a land. Hit ya. Unimpent. This is kind of, sort of, maybe-ish working. Are you going to MTG Chicago? I believe so. I'm like 95%. So yes, I'm planning on going to Chicago. Unless something crazy happens. So yeah, come say hello if you're in Chicago. I do not understand. I was going to rant about NASCAR. I forgot that's what we were talking about. I do not understand the appeal of NASCAR. If you're a NASCAR fan, can you, what is the appeal? Like, why? Like, what is exciting about it? Or is it something to do with like a live thing? Is it a live thing? I've never seen something like NASCAR live. So maybe it's one of those things where like I don't know. If that's the answer, that when you watch it live, it's very interesting. I could see that. Because I've never, like I said, I've never given it a chance. I've never went to like a NASCAR race or something. Watching it on TV, I think, is very incredibly boring. But I also think watching baseball is incredibly boring on TV. Opponent, casting lots of spells. And Wizards Light, boy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, these Itali's favors are kind of somehow working for our opponent. Now we don't gain a life. They get trample. We drop to 2. Zatalpa. We need, we didn't mill Zatalpa. Well, we're probably dead. To Itali's favor of all things. The thing we could not beat. Itali's favor. So we can attack, but it doesn't. I mean, we do have Vigilance. We get to gain back 4. Well, get in with the Scavengers. Gain back 5. None of that stuff's really worth eating. All right, we'll just eat a Wizard's Lightning. So do we just play a really sad do-nothing Soulflayer? I guess we have to. Soulflayer. I mean, it's gonna be a 4/4. Yeah, that is the worst Soulflayer of all time. It's the same appeal as to why you're watching Seth. Wait, waiting for a crash? Okay, I guess that's fair actually. Like, why else would you watch someone stream? You're hoping for that disaster to happen. You're hoping for their chair to break, right? That's the dream moment, is that crazy thing happens that you wouldn't see anyplace else. Oh, I mean, if you like, I wasn't trying to say you shouldn't like NASCAR. If you like NASCAR, that's awesome. Because I I will never criticize people for what they like, because I know I like, especially when it comes to music and movies and stuff like that, I like stuff that most people don't like. So it's super fair to like whatever you want to like. I was more just curious about, like, I've never understood. I guess it's very fast and loud. Maybe that's like, I've just never really understood like what would draw someone into that in specific. About it. Are we alive? Attacks with everything. Well, okay. So you block there. You block there. If we lose our scavengers, we'd probably lose the game. Spikefield Hazard. Pump. Oh, but we keep our scavengers. Oh, that's huge. And another scavengers. Well, okay. Combat. Soulflayer. The Soulflayer is just like carrying almost by itself. Basically, literally by itself. Get in, hit you to 4. Scavengers number 2. Eat a Belmore. Unimpend. And we're going to pull it off. Wait, do we have haste? Oh, yep. We did miss lethal. You're right. We could have hasted in the second scavengers on the Storm Chase Mentor. Yep. I will accept a pump for that. That was definitely actually these Italians. Why are they playing Italians favors? Is this a thing, or did our opponent just decide to do this on their own? I don't think it's gonna matter, because the scavenger, even without indestructible, is grown big enough. Ritz, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Are there any spicy standard decks coming up on you? Let me see. I believe there's a lot of standard coming up, because the standard, I've been waiting in Modern. I just haven't been enjoying Modern. So I haven't been playing Modern. I've been waiting for the ban list update to see what happens there. So I've been doing a lot of standard. Pioneer, I've been waiting kind of for Pioneer Masters. So there's going to be more Pioneer coming up. But over the next like week or two, a lot of standard, some Pioneer, and then maybe a couple special year-end type things over the holiday season. No one enjoys Modern much anymore. It breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. Out of everything in Magic, all the ups and downs and goods and bads and choices I liked and didn't like, cards that were good, cards that I hated, Modern becoming something I don't really enjoy playing. Definitely the saddest thing in my entire journey with Magic. Because boy, did I love Modern. Oh man, did I love Modern. Modern is so incredibly fun. So it's just, for me, it just makes me sad. It honestly just makes me kind of sad now. I'm still holding out hope that maybe we'll see this BNR change things. Although, I mean, you got to remember, we went from Nadu Summer into One Ring Boros Fall, and I thought that was pretty foreseeable. Like, I've been saying they should ban the One Ring for like a year now, but at least by August or something, when they banned Nadu, I feel like they had enough information. They had enough information to ban it. They coulda, shoulda, woulda, but they could have realistically banned it at that point, and they didn't. And then I remember, if you go back to the content or like videos right before the last BNR, I am pretty sure that we called out the possibility of energy just being the tier 0 deck. Like, I think that was something we talked about. Like, the risk of not banning energy is, and I think there was a really good video, I think, posted yesterday today by Aspiring Spike. And Aspiring Spike is someone who plays more Modern right now than pretty much anyone. And I really respect his opinion on Modern. And check out his video if you haven't. It's like a 15-minute video talking about what to do about Modern. And one of the big things that Spike brought up, I totally agree with, is Modern's really being hurt by Wizards' inflexibility. I don't think we can one land, one keep this, because we don't have a Soulflayer. If we had a Soulflayer, we could play on 2. we're gonna mulligan it. If we had a Soulflayer, I would keep it. Oh God. Well, there's all of our lands. But one of the things that he brought up that I think was a very good point, and I think would make things better, is Wizards' inflexibility. They're like, we need to have these set dates 3-4 months apart for our ban list, is really killing Modern, or at least greatly harming Modern. And I very much agree with that, because I think that's the risk, right? Is like, they ban the One Ring, they do something about energy, but it turns out that, guess what? Psychic Frog is actually insanely busted. And that's a possibility based on what we've seen in Legacy and even what we've seen in Modern so far. And we end up with Psychic Frog being the energy, and Wizards not having the ability to ban it for 3 months or 4 months. Why it just gets worse and worse. And that's just like, they need to more actively manage it. I would say to Wizards, like, if you want for Standard, even though this is not how I would handle Standard, it's not my ideal world, even though Standard has been really good lately. So maybe Wizards knows more than me. That is a possibility for sure. But whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deal damage. But if you want Standard to be a very slow, I think Birkenstock is like a sandal or something. I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's like some sort of concentration camp that has a like slightly similar name, but I'm pretty sure Birkenstock, I don't know, chat, isn't Birkenstock like an article of clothing of some kind or no? I don't know. I thought it was an article of clothing. I guess we can find out. Birkenstock. Oh yeah, Birkenstock is some sort of clog shoe company apparently. Well, that's okay. We gotta do this. You kill that before we time out and pass the turd. All good. Is the untapped GG card working? Wait, ID card? I mean, my untapped.gg's been working. I had an issue a couple weeks ago where it was like, it missed some matches randomly. Like, sometimes when there's an update, there's issues, but in general, untapped.gg's worked really well for me. Opponent is all about these Itali's favors. Can we mill something good? Okay, well, Chromatic Core. So we have a 4/4 flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, lifelink. Can we wait another turn? We're at 13. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I think we just do it. So I think we just nuke the graveyard here. Get a Chromatic Core Soulflayer. And then hopefully between the Stitcher Supplier and Overlord, we can build a good Herbivore Scavengers. Oh, I don't know. Is it working for any of you? I can make sure it should be on. Yeah, it is. It is on. Although there is an update available. Maybe. Let me see. Maybe it's not working because of the new Pioneer Master stuff. You know what? We're gonna risk it. Bring it, opponent. Bring it. If we got a bunch of monstrous rages and we die, I guess that's fair. Opponent, consider trigger. I kind of don't want to lose the Soulflayer yet, though. I want to do a ban list update every 4 months, but when a card is recognized as an issue, they can post it as going to be banned in the next ban update. So players can continue to play the card, but players now know that it's going to get the ban hammer. That could be an interesting way of doing it. I think the concern with that would be I think people might think of it as a dead format, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of times, if Wizard says, even like, when you know a BNR is coming up, like right now, I don't really have much of a motivation to play Modern because I know that they're going to change a bunch of things in a week. So it's really hard if you know, like, it's kind of another Swift Spear. It's kind of hard to make it work that way. So I would worry about making like the format have these big lame duck periods where people are just not hyped about playing it because they're too concerned about waiting for the next BNR. But that's what I think. You just ban, like, So if you go back to the Spike video, which again I would encourage you to watch, his take was, and I do not agree with this, but his take was, I don't think you necessarily ban energy right now. I think you 100%, 1000% ban energy right now. But his thinking was, in my perfect world, Wizards would ban the One Ring, they would unban some cards, and they would say, we're not 100% sure if energy is going to be too busted with the One Ring banned, but if it is, we're going to ban it in like 2 weeks. So we're going to give it like 2 weeks to gather some data or some short amount of time, but they only have the option to do that right now, right? It's like either they ban energy next week or their next scheduled ban list updates like February or March or something. So if it turns out the energy's still too good, then you're stuck in this really long period where people are just not excited to play the format, which is not ideal. Not ideal. Well, Urborg Scavengers. I think we might be surviving here. Eat a Chromatic Core. Play the land. Get in with the Soulflayer. Gain back some life. Up to the lifelink is so big. Having Chromatic Core is huge for this deck. It is huge about it. Scoops it up. Oh, I guess we gotta pay more attention to our opponent's graveyard. You're right. Shoulda haste it. Maybe I missed the conversation, but do we know if energy will be used in Aether Drift? We don't really. If you scroll through, the information we have is it does involve Kaladesh, or whatever I don't remember what the new name is, whatever the renamed Kaladesh is, but it does involve Kaladesh, which was the energy set. In one of the commander precons, has a name that involves energy. Living energy. Does that mean energy's a mechanic? We don't really know. I think it's at least possible that we see energy come back, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I don't know. Maybe third time's the charm. It could be that this is the time. All right, let's do one more Soulflayer game. I also really hope not. Yes, they renamed Kaladesh to, what is the name? Avishkar. They just announced this a couple hours ago, but there's an article about it over on the Mothership. Partly real world concerns, partly in-game concerns, according to WotC. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stick it out with this one, and maybe we play the other list in the future. But I think at this point, since we'll probably wrap up the stream another match or so, probably a little late to switch over, but I'll definitely keep it in mind. The deck, we had just a very clunky game, but I think the deck has kind of recovered. It was feeling super clunky, but it's felt good since then. So I've kind of come around on this Rakdos build where, oh boy, do we FOMO it? Do we FOMO it? I mean, I think we have to. Let's FOMO. Discard the Zatalpa. Draw a land. Ugh, Scavengers, okay. Gonna hit ya. Let me see. So the Aspiring Spike thing was actually a YouTube video, but I can share it with you. Oh, it's right here. Modern problems.
Modern has always
modern problems. Modern solutions. Actually, question, chat. I'm curious. What do you think about like React? I don't want to call it React content because that gives the impression of something that it's not, like not what you would think of as React content, but like this Spike video that I think is good. Is there any argument that when there's something like this that's like relevant and timely and from another creator, that it's something we like watch and discuss on stream or on video in some way? Like the Spike video, we've talked about it a lot, but there's no reason we couldn't. We're not going to do it today, but there's no reason we couldn't like actually just watch this 15-minute video and actually have a discussion based on what Spike is talking about, rather than me trying to describe to you Spike's video and then talk about it. Yeah, maybe that's something we'll do in the future. I mean, I'm sure Spike would love us watching the video. Like, I'm sure that part wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, Spike, that would be cool too. Although he kind of got his own stream, so I'm sure if you want Spike to expound even more on his thoughts, maybe that's the place he'd prefer you to do it. But yeah, that could be interesting to see if we get Spike on. I think especially when it comes to modern news, Spike has some really, really good opinions. Because Spike, he's someone that, the thing I love about Spike is he's a really good player and a good content creator, but he's still kind of a brewer at heart, right? Like, when it comes down to it, Spike is still someone who's mostly like a brewer. So it's not just like the full-on, even though it's aspiring Spike, like, it's not the full-on Spike perspective. You're getting a perspective of someone who's trying to brew cool decks and do different things, which is a perspective that I really appreciate. Wow, we're winning this in the weirdest way possible. We were just refusing to play our Soulflayers, and instead, we win as the jankiest Rakdos deck of all time. Is there a reason why they didn't add Chandra Fire of Kaladesh? Wait, what one is that? Chandra Fire of Kaladesh, is that one relevant? Is that the flip one? Is there a reason they didn't add Chandra Fire of Kaladesh? I think it's just that it never saw any play. That would be my guess. Wait, did they add all four of the other ones? Kyphion, yes. Jace, yes. Liliana, yes. Wait, what is the green flip walker? Nissa? Yes. Oh, that is actually kind of weird. Now that I think it through, even though this is, I think, the worst and least playable, I wonder if it has anything to do with the name. Do you think it had anything to, do you think they thought, yeah, I mean, they officially announced that they're not going back and trying to errata card names or set names. Like, they're not doing that, but it might have been a weird look, I guess, if they were like, knew they were posting an article today saying that they don't want to use Kaladesh as a name anymore, and then at the same time they were releasing a Pioneer Masters set where they were selling a Mythic that had that name in it. Maybe that actually played into it. I don't think they cannot reprint them. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's just, that won't work. Maybe WotC does that. I really hope they don't do that, because cards need to be able to be reprinted. Honestly, if that's Wizards' take that we're just not gonna try to print these cards evermore and pretend they don't exist, I'd rather they just ban them. Like, if it really got to that point, because the problem is, like, the card's gonna end up being really expensive eventually. Like, maybe not with Chandra, but the more we keep having situations like that where you can't reprint a card for some reason, you just run the risk of that card being really expensive and inaccessible. So I would personally rather just have them straight up ban cards if they really feel so strongly about something they can't reprint them. Does this hand work? Citrus Supplier, sounds kind of medium. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan it. It's medium enough to mull, I think. All right, this is actually kind of better. Well, worse in the sense that we don't have a Soulflayer in hand, but better in the sense that we have a Stitcher Supplier into Ludwig Zatalpa and a Overlord to dig for a Soulflayer. We mill a Soulflayer. Actually, that's kind of fine with our Overlord. And we draw a Soulflayer. Okay, well, go to combat, get it, hit you with the Stitcher Supplier. The article specifically says we will continue to support the Kaladesh to refer to the set and print those cards. See, it seems like reprinting them is not going to be an issue. Although I could see it I could theoretically see it being an issue with Pioneer Masterson specific, just because of the timing, right? Not that they'll never reprint this, but maybe it's weird to announce we're changing the name and release Pioneer Masters like in the same week. Maybe that's an issue. Yeah, there's an article on the mothership that goes into their reasoning. Like, it's kind of a two-part reasoning where one reason is apparently, and I don't know enough lore to get into the details of it, but apparently there's been some sort of rebellion or something on Kaladesh itself, and because of this, there's a new name to the plane. And then the real world issues is apparently something to do with certain dialects of certain languages. It could be construed as a slur of some kind, which again is something that's kind of over my head. But yeah, check out the article that Dog put in the chat if you want the full WotC breakdown. Yeah, I mean, Kala doesn't mean anything to me. As someone who only speaks English, I have no idea. But there's a lot of languages in the world that I don't know. So for all I know, it's very well could be a horrible thing to say in some places. And if it is, then you probably don't want that to be, especially if you're like Wizards and a huge company that's trying to sell a game worldwide. Like, you got to be conscious of a lot of stuff, right? Like more so than a lot of people. Like, because you're selling this game to a worldwide audience, like, and you want people all over to be able to enjoy it, which leads to some challenging situations, I would say, at times. Opponent, Unholy Annex, double drains us. Well, I guess it's Soulflayer time. So Soulflayer, we get rid of the Zatalpa, and I guess we get rid of just a land. No, definitely not that. Chromatic Core, Zatalpa, Chromatic Core, exile them both. And pass the turn on Impend. All right, 4/4, Flying Vigils, Double Strike, First Strike, Indestructible, Lifelink, Trample. Is it enough against the Bloodletter? Are we going to get combo killed? It is possible. About it. Boiler Biggles. I think we're safe because I'm pretty sure that's not a word in any language, so we should be good. That's the nice thing about not saying any language correctly. That's the upside. Well, let's get in with the Soulflayer. Gain back 8. And then in theory, next turn we can double attack. That's kind of sweet. Kind of regretting playing the FOMO over the Fable now, because this Soulflayer is pretty sad. Opponent. What do we got, opponent? What do we got, opponent? Opponent. More demon shenanigans. Draws a card, drains us. We draw a land. Well, wait, does this work? So when FOMO attacks, if there are former card types in your graveyard, untap target creature. Oh, that's so good. That is so good right now. Oh, they're going to kill the FOMO? No. Oh, okay, opponent. Bitter Triumph kills the FOMO. Well, get in there, Soulflayer. Gain back 8. Found it. Going to block. Archfiend of the Dross down. Soulflayer is so good. It's so good. Here an opponent. Well, we are getting close to our Overlord. It's almost here. About it. Ooh, double Bloodletter. Thankfully, we got the Soulflayer opponent. Unholy Annex draws a card. Drains us to 12. We draw nothing. We go to combat. We get in with the Soul. Is this actually... Wait, are we going to die? Are we going to die to double Bloodletter? Opponent goes to 2. We go up to 24, or 20. We're gaining enough life, right? We're gaining enough life, hopefully. What a wild game. Soulflayer versus Demons just popping off, but Soulflayer by itself is keeping us alive, opponent. Field of Ruin. Unstoppable Slasher. A little slow, going to Castle Lochwain. Oh yeah, we have Urborg now, finally. This was one of the biggest cards that we were missing from for Pioneer. Well, opponent drains us. They're gonna have to start blocking. Well, we will go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks with the Bloodletter. And dies? Oh! We did it! Bloodletter, Slasher, Annex, not enough. So Urborg's a very funny card. Urborg is, wow, we did pretty good today between both decks, actually. Both decks kind of crushed it. Urborg's a very funny card. It is the card that when I would load a Pioneer deck into Arena, it would be the most likely card that I would be missing. So that happened a ton. At the same time, there was not one deck that I could not play because there was no Urborg. So all this to say, pretty much any like 2-color, 3-color black deck is probably playing an Urborg. Like, it's a very common, play it as a one-of. I got my Mutavaults. Now my Mutavaults make, black mana. Now my Blazemire Verge. Everything's going to be a swamp. So my Blazemire Verge is always going to be on. So it's a very easy one-of in basically any sort of black deck. But it's also, like I said, it's never been a card where... It's never been a card where I was like, okay, I just cannot play this deck because I don't have Urborg. I'm sure there are like super janky decks like that where you're trying to like, oh, what were we talking about on the Commander Clash podcast? You could use Urborg to turn on Naked Singularity or something like that. So there are weird like synergies like that. But really, throw it in any black deck and it's going to be fine. But if you don't have it, it's unlikely to be a deal breaker. There were no survivors, handing out a bunch of gift subs to Subsailor, Calyx Fox, Arden, D Pip, and Days Guppy. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. So if they finally merge Pioneer to Explorer, almost, sort of, mostly, yes, but they still don't have literally everything. So they released Pioneer Masters today. Pioneer Masters gives us all the tournament decks in Pioneer. So if you go to like the Goldfish metagame page and just look at like decks that people play in tournaments in Pioneer, you should be able to play pretty much all of them. At least all the major ones. Once you get down to like the stragglers, yeah, you might find a missing card or two. So anything that's tournament playable is supposed to be on Arena now. All the jank, all the random stuff, not everything is on there now. So they're still calling it Explorer. I think they should just change the name over. Hey, what's up, Mega Magikarp? What's up? What's up, Mega Magikarp? I feel like they should probably... Yeah, Generator Servant's a big one. Sanctum of Ugin's a big one. Roast has seen play before, although I think it's mostly been Power Crypt. Are you looking at building that Bant list? Wait, what Bant list? I'm so confused. It is cool. It is just, yeah, cool and nostalgic to see some of those cards. Oh, the Blink one? I haven't gotten to it yet, Mega Magikarp. Yes, the Blink one, it's still on my to-do list, but honestly, I would expect it, especially with the holidays coming up and busyness, it's probably going to be a little bit. But yes, it is. It's still on my to-do list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Rakdos Demons, I would say right now, if you're getting into Pioneer for the first time, you want to build a deck on Arena. If you look at the metagame, no, that's modern. So Rakdos, it's hard to go wrong with Rakdos. Rakdos just recently survived a banning, and it's still at the top of the meta. He shifted to demons rather than being kind of a generic Sorin. It was actually vampires before that with Sorin. Before that, it was just generic mid-range. So Rakdos has proven to have a lot of staying power. If you like the black decks in Standard, like Dimir mid-range or Golgari, if you play any of those decks, Rakdos might be the best fit for you. And you might even have some of the cards, since it's playing slashers and some of the standard stuff on Holy Annex. Phoenix is also a really good deck. A lot of people thought that Phoenix would be the best deck after the last bannings. Turns out it's tier 1, but not the best deck. And then, like, the sacrifice decks I think are pretty good. Niv to Light is one of the big new additions. We'll see how good it actually is now that it's on Arena, if that changes anything. But yes, I would say Rakdos or Phoenix are, like, kind of the two best decks, with Rakdos probably being number 1 right now. If you usually play Dimir, if you're used to, like, standard Dimir mid-range, I think you'd probably do fine picking up this Rakdos mid-range deck. It's very similar play style, right? Like, you got a lot of discard, you got a lot of cheap removal, you got some good threats, you try to get them with Slasher. It's actually not super different than standard. I looked at the stats, and Jun Stack was really good into Rakdos. Yeah, Jun Stack is also... This is a deck that's come up over the summer, really, thanks to Egreed Urval. The stack decks have existed for a while, but this gave those decks an ability just to randomly go infinite out of nowhere, which is something that was kind of lacking before. In the past, it was very grindy a lot of the times, and you're looking at doing like the little pings here and there and adding up with your Cauldron Familiar. Now they got this I win button with Eager and 2 Cauldron Familiars, plus Scavenger's Talent's really good, so I like that deck quite a bit too, but... Anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So when I last played Pioneer, I actually played a generic card draw Blink deck purely as an anti-meta to beat for 1-for-1 Rakdos 2 years. I remember that deck. I think did you send me that deck? I feel like you sent me that deck, Mega Magic Carp. That sounds very familiar. I don't think it would work against Demons, considering the Incidental Drain and Oops I Win of Slasher Shoulder Bullets and the Reverse Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, it would be tough now. I think... and this is, okay, last thought of the day, last thought of the stream. One of the things I was thinking about today, and this applies mostly to standard, but one of the biggest changes we've seen is every deck has a huge card advantage engine now. You're either super aggro, or you have some busted card advantage engine. Dimir, Unholy Annex, busted card advantage engine. Golgari, busted card advantage engine, I guess also Unholy Annex technically. Mono White gets Caretaker's Talent. Domain gets Up the Beanstalk. It's really aggro versus card advantage engines. The thing I like about it, also I guess even Dimir, you also have Enduring Curiosity, which is another pretty busted card advantage engine. So it's really play a card advantage engine or play super aggro to get in under the huge amount of card advantage. So as you're building standard, I would keep that in mind, because when I look at this meta, that's what I see is really like, yes, the colors are all different. You're doing different things. But when it comes down to it, you're either killing your opponent before they can overwhelm you with card advantage from their engine, or you're playing one of those engines to trying to overwhelm your opponent. At least they're split between the colors. Only red is really missing one, and you could argue that Leyline, in a weird way, is kind of that for red, but red is really the only color that's missing one, and red's doing just fine with all of its aggro stuff. So at least standard would be way worse if only Unholy Annex existed, or only Caretaker's Talent existed, or only Up the Beanstalk. But since it's kind of split between the colors, it kind of evens out to some extent, and everyone gets one, and there's still diversity, so... Outrageous Tyrannosaurus, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 28th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Anyway, everyone, that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So replay YouTube for all your old streams. Normal YouTube. Tomorrow's Against Odds. Pretty fun. Check that one out. One more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom, if you need some magical cards. You can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are awesome. I love y'all. I hope you have an amazing day, a great night, a great week, and I'll see you next week for another one. So until then, be good, everyone. I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.